no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sit down with Big Brother. Don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me. Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. No more slavery. Play it for me, baby.
This country starts early. It works hard. It stays focused. It keeps moving. It stands ready. And it carries the weight. Strong coffee for a strong nation.
This is all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. It's all they ever talk about. Politicians and the media always pushing the things that separate us, things that make us different. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing. Fairly simple thing happens to work. Anything that's different about us, you know that's what they're pushing at you. Racial differences, religious, ethnic, national backgrounds, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do to keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Keep it home, baby. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now I'm all out for sure. We need some ass kicking going around here in this country right now, I think. Welcome everybody back to another Talking Will Conspiracy with me, your host Ricky, and the great Jamie Grant. Brother Samuel might be here a little bit later. You know, we'll see. But yeah, you get me and Jamie for right now.
I'm sure they're just excited by us being here, Ricky.
Oh yeah. Always.
Look at all the pretty in between the two of us. You know,
yeah,
pretty fucking annoying, pretty accurate, pretty adorable, like. A lot of pretties.
And they love my voice, so that's all that matters. So that's the beauty part. They love my voice.
You're cold? Dude, Whitney's cold. I'm over here sweating. Look at my forehead, bro. Like
I'm sweating too. But
I need a rag. Sorry, Whitney, to make you get up again. Anyway, I'm back, Ricky. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun one tonight. As always, we're just back and forth, whatever. Appreciate y'all being here. As always a return and always having fun. Always remember stick to the end. We got the feel good videos at the end. I didn't get no music this week, but you know I've been just a wee bit busy. Telling Jamie beforehand, bought a tiny house today, got it moved.
It's for little people.
Yeah, yeah. So, and the goal is to connect it to this building, and yeah, it's gonna be. It won't be so tiny, but should be fun. It's gonna be a fun adventure. I keep adding on. I got some more work I gotta do for sure. Gotta get it the way I like it, but should be fun though. All this fun stuff and learning and growing, as always. But yeah, we should have a fun one. I got the title talking about the U.S. is selling oil to the world.
To the world.
To the world. Come on
You know
down.
what's crazy? If you go back to Trump's first term in office, the U.S. became the leading source for oil across the globe. I mean, we were exporting more oil than any other country, and then end of the term, Biden comes in, shuts down, the Keystone Pipeline, shuts down drilling in whatever region. I don't remember if it was the Gulf or if it was in somewhere in Alaska, but kind of crippled us as an energy power. And they talk about our oil reserves and the fact that we have just as much oil under our soil as some of the leading producers on the planet. So why cap us? Let us cook, man. Let us cook.
Mhm. Yeah, if we could have had that pipeline coming from Canada down through there, heading down, if we could have, they hadn't stopped the drilling in the Gulf, but now we got access to Venezuela oil. We have, and plus all our oil, but the combination should put us, truly up there in top two, three, oil producing countries in the world, and why not? But
Right.
of course, again, on the other side of things, it'll make sense. Like, okay, well, then why are gas prices so damn high? If we have so much oil we can sell the world, as always, it's that global oil price and all that crap. We wish they cut us out of all that crap and just.
Isn't it crazy how the moment that there's any news out of the Middle East that prices here in the U.S. immediately jump before a ship is even loaded with crude, they start fluctuating, and the price isn't even really changed on a global scale yet. Maybe a dollar or two per barrel, and the price at the pump immediately is shooting up.
Mm-hmm.
We were almost at $2 a gallon 6 months ago. You know, so yeah, a lot of things happening there.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings right now. I can't even drive my diesel. I don't want to do that.
Right.
That'll really hurt my feelings. I was a little under half a tank in my 2500, and I put $78 to fill it up.
Wow.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous. $80 at a little under half a tank.
It's pretty nuts, man.
Of course, it has damn near a 40-gallon tank, but it's still ridiculous.
What kind of mileage you get on that thing?
Not good.
Yes,
14,
yes, not
15,
not not good. Not good.
14, 15 maybe
Right.
ish.
Wow.
If I'm pulling my big trailer and loaded, yeah,
Right.
probably 10, 12. I feel like I'm back to my 454 days. I had a Suburban. It was like that. It hit a 40-gallon tank. It was 3/4 ton Suburban. Had big ass tires on it, and it got going downhill. It might got 12 miles a gallon. I know it got 400 miles to a tank.
Going downhill.
Yeah, yeah, with the wind behind you or something, But if I pull in a trailer, hell, I got about the same. It didn't care. It really didn't. It whatever. So I don't know. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I also wanted to talk about. Well, that's not right. I also want to talk about all the stuff going on in Ireland, all the protests, and they're shutting down the roadways. Um, they ain't playing around no more. The fighting
Right.
Irish is back. Um, which I've seen a couple videos. I wish I could have got them. I watched on another show and stuff. Which I've been lucky. I've been able to get around and get on some other streams and stuff like that and talk and fun when they ask my opinion on things. It's like this is what I think.
Be careful with those opinions now. Having an
Yeah,
opinion can get you banned, shut down,
I'd be all right. I don't care.
ostracized from society. Like, don't think for yourself. Whatever you don't ask questions, Ricky Pike.
In my new prophecy prediction for our alien invaders is we're going to do it on Independence Day, Jamie.
Oh no,
Yes, they
no!
would all tie together. It'd be just like the movie. It just works. Independence Day, we'll have aliens appear.
As long as Randy Quaid is in it, I'm down. Okay, what they've done to that man is horrible. He. So for people that don't know, apparently he started speaking out about some crazy shit in Hollywood 4 or 5 years ago.
Maybe more than that. Yeah,
Has it been
yeah, he
longer
was.
than that?
Mm-hmm.
And they just, man, painted him to be a crackhead, painted him to be a fucking drug addict. He's losing his mind. Basically, everything that they did to David Chappelle, did to, um, I mean, pick a celebrity that came out against the establishment and they were immediately painted crazy,
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so it's the going thing. Like, and to be honest, like it's not hard. All you have to do, just make an accusation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just make an accusation. Throw it to TMZ, throw it to The View, throw it to CNN. And everybody else is just gonna fucking run with it. You
You,
know,
you see Joy Bayham or whatever the fuck her name is.
Joy
She was
Behar or whatever the
Behar.
fuck it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that idiot. She was sitting there and she was like, they were fussing about Trump and that whole picture, which it does look messed up. I'll give them that. Like they don't make him look like a doctor. It is kind of messed up looking picture. But when she come out and said, well, Jesus didn't say he was a Messiah. I'm like, he
I
did.
know him.
He didn't do it. Yeah, he should remember old enough to be back there. That time.
Right.
I'm like, look.
Here's my take on that, man.
They were
First of
laughing at
all,
her and like, yes, he did. Yes, he did. You idiot.
I don't think that Trump sat down and created the meme. Number one, okay.
No. That's
Did he
he
share
has
it?
a team.
Did he share it? Yeah, he did. Um, in my opinion, he was taking a shot at the Pope, okay? Because they put the Pope in this light that he is just this, he's God's right hand man, got the ability to heal people. In my in my humor mind, he was taking a shot at the Pope. I could be completely wrong. He could just be being funny, but I think he was taking a shot at the Pope. You
He
know,
could have,
um,
man.
because when you look at some of the shit that this guy has said over the last week and a half about immigration and you know war and like, bro, listen. There's a reason we have separation of church and state. Yep, when you speak, everybody just what kills me is people that despise Catholicism and despise Christianity, the religion as a whole, all of a sudden are the biggest supporters of the Pope.
I seen that.
Like, what? I'm like, you people don't even believe in Jesus, but all of a sudden, the Pope came out and said, "Oh, really? We're following the fucking Pope now?" Because as a man who believes in God, I'm never going to worship another man. Okay, whether it be the Pope, and I'm gonna catch some flack, whether it be Jesus, I believe in God. And I think that these people that conveniently bend, oh, I'm religious now. Why? Because it fits the narrative or the point that you're trying to make. Well, I support the Pope. I support the church. No, you don't. You
Since
never have.
when?
Since when? You know?
I mean, I don't mind anybody. Hey, if you find religion and you turn around and everything, you can change your mind. No doubt.
Right. Right.
But again, like you're saying, if they're just changing, because Trump said something about the Pope or whatever, because he didn't like what he said about the war,
Right.
all of a sudden now, I'm on the Pope side is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
You're a supposed atheist or whatever, and all of a sudden, well, I'm on the damn.
Now all of us, yeah. Now I'm on that train. I'm on that train. Man, get out of here, bro. Come on.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, Let me shout out the chat real quick. I see we got Sweets. Sweets is here, and Nostradamus is in the Rumble. And we got
Word.
Matt Sal over there. Glad you like the song, Matt Sal. Yeah, I think it is a good song. I'm glad I'm able to use it and not get in trouble. Have copyright. Man, the other day, I was hammered on some copyrights.
You got dinged a lot, huh?
I got dinged about a dozen times, literally.
It happens, bro. It happens to all of us.
Yep. At least I haven't got my channel taken down. Knock on wood. Uh, I know some people, some of it, like especially TikTok and stuff, been hammering. Had Ray of Radical Truth. She was talking about TikTok took her down because I forgot exactly what she asked. She said something about, and then nope, can't have that. And she got 3 strikes really, really fast. And yeah,
Bro, Whitney got banned. So Whitney, sweet little old Whitney, Miss Wheelchair, Tennessee, posting nothing but positive content. Bro, she got banned from Facebook and Instagram. They brought it back up for 2 seconds. They shut it down again. Then they permanently banned her and said, "Nope, we reviewed your account. You're done." So we mailed a letter, sent an email, like I'm legit going to pursue legal action on these people. So I tell her, "Hey, you know what? Fuck these people. I want you to focus on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok." So she starts going down that road. I go, "You know what? Hey, why don't you just create a new Facebook page altogether for just your podcast? And let's see what happens there." So she puts the podcast page up. And then the last 3 days of, "You've been suspended. We've reinstated you. We got it wrong. You know what? No, we suspended you again. Hey, wait a minute. We made a mistake. We're going to reinstate you." "Nope. Fuck you. You're banned again. Hang on. Wait a minute." It's like whatever. There are 2 different AIs that are going back and forth on her account that can't figure out whether she's fucking legit or not. She gets 2 emails a day. One reinstating her, and by noon, 1 o'clock, she'll get one in the morning that says, "Hey, you're back," and by afternoon, bam, she's dinged again until the next day, and then the repetitive process starts all over again with fucking emails. Like, I appreciate what Meta is trying to do to protect people, from harmful language, from the stuff that people try to do with illicit shit that they're sending people, kids. Whitney falls in none of those categories. Okay, nothing but uplifting, positive content. But whatever the AI is that's tracking her all of a sudden and put her on her radar, fucking hates crippled people. Okay, you know. And maybe that's what she should go for. She should ask the question and put a video. I told her, I said, Whitney, I said, you need to create a video that says, hi, I'm Whitney Lavender, Miss Wheelchair Tennessee, double amputee, and I want to tell you how I got banned from social media. One, she posted an Easter meme. On Easter, boom, puts up this meme that says, hey, everybody, happy Easter from Whit and Will, or Miss Wheelchair Tennessee. And they fucking hit her. Now, was it because a religious post? Probably not. But something triggered it, and then they just went in and fucking went ham on her. And it's crazy how you get banned, and then the next morning you wake up to hope, and it's like, hey, we made a mistake, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, cool. And then you're on there jamming away doing your work, and then boom, you get dinged again, and then you go through the proper channels and try to fight it. Nah, bruh. AI says, nope, we just going to shut it. And you can't talk to anybody. There's not a face. You know what I mean? And I just don't like that. If you're going to run a business and you're going to run Starlink, I've been dealing with them for a couple of days trying to send some equipment back. And trying to get somebody on the phone with Starlink is not an easy task. Okay, they'll tell you, hey, we'll call you back later when we get somebody available. It took 2 days, but somebody finally did call me back. But at least I could talk to somebody. With Meta, Facebook, Instagram, bro, you ain't fucking talking to no one. All automated. But Ricky Pike, me being the dickhead that I am, and with a little help from Grok, and I knew this was going to work before I read it on Grok. But what we're going to do is we're going to summon them through small claims court to where they actually have to respond to us. Even if we lose, it'll be worth the $35 we spend dragging them through the fucking mud, or $100 or whatever it costs in the state of Tennessee to drag someone through small claims court. But yeah, man, you banned a cripple girl's account that posts nothing but positive content.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's up, Ginger? What's up, Mr. Duffy? What's up, Lily?
Let me get in here in the chat so I can say hi to everybody. I'm sorry, I'm slacking. I know Sweets is probably upset at me.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
She's our number one fan. Oh my God, I hear nothing but me now.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you gotta mute yourself over there.
I saw that.
I did that earlier when it first took off. It was sitting there. It was echoing. I had to hurry up and stop it.
Live. Okay, we're in. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate y'all all being here. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Talk about some serious stuff. Talk about some fun stuff. I got some fun random stuff.
Is it ever really serious, Ricky?
Why so serious? Sometimes.
We try.
Brother Dave might be here in a little while. He might show up as Jamie's leaving. Hell, it might be probably going how it's going to be. Like they're going to tag.
We'll tag team.
They're going to tag in a second. So Brother Samuel hopefully be here. He's been helping me. I've been working him like a mule today, but he's a good dude, good friend. Glad he was there because, yeah, I couldn't have done without him. That's for damn sure what we were working on today. But let's see, we can hit some, since we'll start on the oil since this is the top of the thing here.
Fox News alert.
News alert. Where's the volume? There we go.
U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz in effect for nearly 2 hours now. A ship tracking firm reports 121 empty oil tankers are making their way to the United States of America. 68 of those 121 vessels are very large crude carriers capable of carrying 2 million barrels apiece. President Trump has urged countries squeezed by Iran's disruption of the Strait of Hormuz to turn to American energy supplies instead. Well, it would appear perhaps they are obliging him. They are listening to Trump. The president told Fox, quote, China can send their ships to the U.S., China can send their ships to Venezuela, while also saying that empty oil-carrying ships from many nations are all headed to the U.S. to load up. That from the president of the United States. A lot to follow today.
Well, we just keep winning and winning and winning, and people get upset about it. You know, at least you can acknowledge, even if you hate it, that what he's doing is fucking working. You know, um, I keep following. So first of all, I'm a big fan of gentleman online. I've talked about it several times. War Clandestine. He probably has the most rational thought process to the game about what's going on. You know, he was right from the beginning of the invasion in Ukraine with Russian assets, where they hit the biolab facilities. He reported on the biolabs, had receipts, numbers, amounts that the U.S. Funded each of these labs with. You know, so he's been on top of the game like you wouldn't believe. And when he talks about the securing of our hemisphere and eliminating the Chinese foothold of some of these countries like Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, through Central America, through South America, you know, we're getting them out of our region. Let China go play on their side of the globe. Let Japan, let South Korea, let Australia deal with that shit. Let Russia deal with that shit. That ain't our problem, bro. You know, let's focus on, you know, and I don't even want to focus on our side of the globe. I want to cut that down to just the U.S. But in all fairness, we understand that Mexico plays a part in that. You know, Central America, Canada, Greenland, going to be the next state. So I don't know, man. I think what he's doing is spot on. You know. Now people don't like his approach, and that's okay. You know. Nobody likes it when your daddy's right as you're a kid, but eventually you learn to accept it. You know. So yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep following along to see what happens. I can't turn my back on him yet. You know. Now, am I pleased with the whole Epstein thing? Maybe not. But I also understand that shit like that takes time to build a case, and you can't just go in and cut the head off the snake without first educating the public on why the snake is venomous. You know, so there's been this education piece where, you know, they're putting more information out there about the shit that's been going on. And before you go and arrest some people that may be your favorite actor or politician or somebody that you've invested your mindset into for the last 30 years, that's going to take some deprogramming, you know. So I still support him.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I don't know. It's either you know, but he's BB's bitch too. You know, on the other side, you know,
True.
he's not let, you know, even when he turned around and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do peace," what did BB do? They started bombing Lebanon,
Yeah,
and
fucking
within,
moron.
they didn't even have a hell was already broken the treaty before it
They didn't
even
even
was
sign
even.
it. They didn't even get to sign it yet, and they broke it.
And Israel
Yeah.
already broke it, you know, or BB already broke it. Really, I don't want to say Israel. I want to say who called for it is BB. And so, I
Right.
mean, really, you know, that's the bad thing about it is, like, you know, if Trump is trying to do good here and there, which I don't know. He's been part of the system on other parts of for a long damn time.
Right.
But you know, for sure, like I said, he's BB's bitch right now. If he wanted you to go to war, we're in war. Even though it's made us our fuel prices and everything and hurt the United States, the people, um, you know, especially ones that are already struggling, are really brutal, beat down over a war that we have no point of being in, none whatsoever. There's no reason for us to
Right.
be over there, other than because BB wanted it, and he's been wanting it for 40 fucking years. I've been saying the same shit for 40 years. And what's the reason we're over there? The same shit he said that's been for 40 years is bullshit. The reason Iran has screamed death to America is because they know our politicians, which most of them are paid by, you know, APAC, that whose side they are on. You hear them videos, you see them guys all the time. Like, are you America first or are you Israel first? Israel first. You hear them, they'll start
Right.
stuttering shit. That's our politicians. That's the reason Iran hates us, because we will do the bidding and we'll be the absolute, the bully for Israel. And they're already getting their next person in line. India, and it's going to be their new. Is they're working already? They're courting them already to be their new bitch. I mean,
Right.
and they're happy with it. They're cool with it. It's a sad situation. I don't know. It's all of it's tied together. We've seen all the propaganda is tied together for 100 years. And we know about Operation Northwoods and all that, where they turn around was using the media to manipulate everybody. We see it more and more a day, and again, at the end of the day, um, especially seeing what is going on, and it, and maybe he's playing some 5D chess, and we pulls out the new world order and actually get to see it. If it happens, it's amazing.
Right.
I'm not holding my breath whatsoever. You know, before he got elected, we were sitting there on some of us were we're on the fence, like, hey, if he hadn't done all these things by a certain point, we're going to call it a bluff, and he hadn't done. He's
Right.
released some of Epstein lists, but half of it's redacted where you can't see shit. You have no one's gone to jail. No one's like I said. It does take time. It does, but for the love of fucking God, they've been wanted to Epstein go in jail. What, 16? When around 16, 17? Fuck, how many years you
Right.
got to do until you start putting some of these big motherfuckers away?
Right.
That's there, and that just shows that the power of those swinging with all the money, Uncle Bill and all them fuckers.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Like I said, I talk about it, and I talk about it on other streams and stuff like that. I want to have hope. I'm always, just, or almost going to make myself a bunker over here and bury myself under the ground where nobody can see me no more. One or the other is going to happen, but, I don't, I'm getting more and more black pilled, to the point, like, man, it's just, they really are. It's two wings and one thing bird, and more we see that, the more they come out. We see there's two sides. You see every once in a while they want to try to come out, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I definitely don't. You know, there's a guy on TikTok or whatever social media format. He's called God, what's his name? His whole platform is, "Hi, I'm whatever, and I just like to count the Jews and everything." Did you know of the 47? He's talking about basketball, right? He's like, 17% of the owners are Jewish. Then it goes into music executives, and it goes into TV executives, and you know, again, this is no anti-Semitic shit, but it just seems like, look, if the Mormon Church had their hands in everything that the Jewish state did, people would have concerns. Okay. For people that don't know, the Mormons own RC Cola. They also own a very large portion of the power grid in Utah and that feeds other states, right? You know, people talked about that when it became relevant 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And it's like, oh my God, how can the Mormons have control of this? You know, and it wasn't an issue. But the minute you say, damn, you know, there's kind of some coincidence here that all these people with dual citizenship and ties directly to them have their hands in fucking everything. And then you start seeing people across the aisle, Democrat and Republic, who fucking vow to hate each other. Can all, you know, Louis Farrakhan said one of the greatest things I've ever heard him say. He goes, "It's crazy. These people can't agree on anything for the American people.
But standing low for BB.
But when you right, you know what I mean? But all of a sudden they immediately come together. Now, is that because they support them or because they're all fucking blackmailed or, you know,
And lots of money, you know, with that $175,000 salary they got, and then turn around and you see how much money is coming through these other funds, you know, you will see who their loyalty rise to because it's just their money.
right.
What's up? What's up, Jason Barker? What's up, Cecilia? Glad you're here. Hate to hear you're going through a lot, but I'm glad you're here. What's up, Miss Honeybee? You're right, Nostradamus. Remember, no matter how bad it gets, just be strong. For sure. I mean, I will say, I want to keep hope, as always, that things could get better, things can change, you know, maybe, you know, we and talked about it before, you know, I had somebody ask me, you know, what did I think, the reasoning behind the Iran war and all that. I think there is a power shift that's about to happen. There's looking, you know, the research that I've done, you know, there's a power switch about to happen. And this was BB's last hurrah to get this done because once midterms and 2028, it's going to be a whole new power because especially, I know some of y'all like them and everything. And I'm still on the fence is, you know, once J.D. Vance becomes president of the United States and then all his backers, Sam Altman, Elon,
Right.
all them IT, AI system power, that is what's going to be next. That's what the military is going to. That's why all these power things, and that's the really truly. I mean, we've fought over energy before in the countries, but this is on a new level because all wars coming soon
Right.
will be all fought AI with drones and AI. So they need lots of power. That's why you're getting all these AI systems popped up everywhere and getting put in. Like there's a huge one going down south of Memphis. They're expanding it right now, and it's all coming. While they're building little new mini nukes, nuclear not mini nukes, but nuclear power plants all across the nation. 3 Mile Island's come back online. Yeah, that's going to be the new power struggle. And like I said, that's what I think. I think that's the reason why we're in this situation as we are. Which again, I don't think we should be there whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, I agree, brother. There's definitely some shadiness to everything that's fucking going on. And you know,
Hey,
and they made it to a point that like you don't trust nothing these fucking people say anymore. You know what I mean? Like absolutely fucking nothing.
mhm. No, and
You know?
Miss Honeybee, the reason AI is free right now is the same way. Um, it's like a crack dealer. You know, you get Let me give you a little bit. Let me get you a hit. Come get this little spot right here.
Right.
Don't worry about it. We'll carry, we'll square up later kind of shit. And that's what it is. Now we're there's people getting addicted to it. Now there's people trying to marry the fucking AI and losing their wives and all
Right.
kinds of stuff, breaking up homes because they're so obsessed with the AI and talking with them, and because it tells them how they want to feel, and they love him and what or her. It's been on both sides. It's been men and women, but
Right.
they're getting hooked and they're getting that addiction. And now, you know, now they're pretty soon they're going to start pulling back on what the little options are, what you can really do with that AI. And once they do that, then people go like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do that. Well, I gotta get that fixed. I can't do that.
Right.
Let me spend $200 a month for AI so I can get my fix." And I think that is the reason for all of that.
I don't disagree, cousin. You know, um, my concern is that. Hold on. My concern is that think about this. Think about when you were a kid, for example. Think about how many phone numbers that you had memorized
Hmm.
as a child.
Yeah, I was
You
talking
know,
with some people about this the other day. I don't remember
man,
very
you
any
probably
now.
knew 50 fucking people's phone numbers, man. And now, bro, Whitney lives with me, and I don't even know her fucking phone number. Okay, like, but I think when you take knowledge away and you make it so accessible that you don't even have to think anymore. Now it's okay, well this said, well wait a minute, is it right? Did you use your critical thinking to prove that it's right, or did you just accept what it told you because you think it's right? AI has become the new Google. Remember, everybody used to swear by Google. If it came off the internet, it must be true.
Hmm. And
You
you
know,
use Google to find it. It was I mean, to the point of that's what you said to go look up something. It was Google. Google that. It was a synonym too of it, of looking up stuff on the internet was Googling it. Um, yeah, yeah, it really is. And I'll say, and speaking of Sam Altman, he signed up to it. He wants to have his brain digitally preserved.
I saw that. That's kind of fucking nuts. So, do we have to kill him to
That's,
like is because is that and that's I think I read that's what the goal is he's gonna die
he says he
and
signed up to be killed. Yeah. I mean, I wonder how long until he does it. Like, if he's waiting. Um, he's
sure.
one of 25 people who have splashed the cash to join a waiting list at Nectom, a startup that promised to upload your brain into a computer to grant you eternal life. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's not going to be, again, I mean, even the ones where, we uploading memories or something like that and have, a robot. What was that? Man, I can't think of her name right now. That was an actress where her husband was doing that to her. I know we showed it on here a while back. Um, Suzanne Summers, I think.
possibly.
You remember? Or maybe you
And,
weren't here for it. I
and
don't
she
know.
was uploading her mind.
No, no. Her husband has made. Let me just look that up. Make sure. Her husband had a robot droid built of her.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Suzanne Summers. Yeah, he had, and he's like it's the first version right now. I can find a video of it. It's crazy.
That's kind of interesting and scary.
And yeah, made a digital twin. Let's see. Where's a video? Where's a video of it? I'll show it. That's Facebook. No, I can't do that. Technology. Yeah, it's a I'll find it in a second. Yeah, her husband. I feel sorry for her husband. If he's hurting that bad, where he's got to turn around and make a robot, and they're sitting there telling, "Oh, you remember this?" You're like, "Yeah, we did this, this, and this, and we made a sandwich, and we did all this." And
yeah, kind of odd. Yeah, I think they're lying. I think that they know it can't be done, and they're going to sell it to you as it can be, so more people go do it. And now you get people just to voluntary suicide themselves. So I could be wrong.
I mean, you already got Canada already trying to get everybody, suicide themselves anyway.
Bro, is that not nuts, man? Like, I thought it was crazy when I read about that shit going on overseas in Europe, but then you hear about it in our backyard, and it's like, what? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sad. It's sad. I got a where's it at? I got is this share at this tab? I don't even know what tab I got damn share in here. Let's see. Nope, not that tab. This one here. Okay. Here's a funny video real quick while I'm looking for it. Robot chasing fucking boars in the city. Look like Joe Biden out there running. But check this out.
I don't feel comfortable with that at all, buddy.
Yeah, me either. Where is it at? Yeah, this right here. This is fucked up right here. Speaking on Canada, we'll go ahead and swing here.
It's been 2.5 years since my wife first fled Canada to save her life in the United States from stage 4 ovarian cancer after the Canadian healthcare system left her to die, where her only option would have been to kill herself on MAID because they had no treatment for her. They lied to her and said that the HIPEC surgery wouldn't ever save her life, but it did. They lost her chemo requisition, so she never got started on that. She didn't even meet her Canadian oncologist. It was always by a phone. Well, he was the guy that lost her chemo requisition too. And every time she went to the hospital begging for help in the ER because her lungs were filling in with fluid and she was drowning in them, they kicked her out and sent her home with opioids because they didn't have anybody there to drain her lungs. So now she's getting closer to death, and in a wheelchair, in a last-minute decision, she decides to try her luck in the United States. So now we're evacuating her from Vancouver Island on BC ferries to get her into a hospital in Seattle, where they immediately got her into the system, got her started on chemo, and gave her that life-saving HIPEC surgery. Well, during this time, I'm stuck in Canada because I'm not American, and I can't just come here for no reason like that. I can't live here. So my wife decides to come back to Canada to be with her family. And during that time, she has another medical emergency and finds herself again in a Canadian hospital, rotting and dying and nearly about to go septic. So again, I have to unplug her from the machines and evacuate her by car and ferry back to the Seattle hospital. And she's sick as a dog, puking bile this whole time. They get her into the hospital, and guess what? She is about to go septic, and they give her immediate surgery and save her life again. But she comes back to Canada, and guess what? The cancer's coming back now. So again, she has to leave. Over and over, this pattern continued until finally we decided enough is enough, and we got me a green card. We had to get the help of a Congress lady who rushed the entire process, start to finish, and I got a green card in less than 3 months. That's probably the fastest anybody's ever gotten a green card. honestly. So here we are in Texas, and my wife continues to do really well getting state-of-the-art treatment. There's no maid here. Nobody talks about death. And in fact, last week, my wife is doing so well on chemo. Well, she's had already 2 recurrences, and she's going into a 3rd remission. She's back squatting 175 pounds for 5 in the gym just last week. Does that sound like somebody who's ready to die, Canada? Does that sound like somebody who needs to kill themselves with MAID? I am so grateful to be here in the United States. I am so grateful especially to be here in Texas. I love Texas. There's state-of-the-art healthcare. There's no waiting. There's no bullshit. There's no death cult here. Just good care. I'm so, so grateful to the United States. Thank you for my green card. Thank you for having me here where I can take care of my wife.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
and that's going on all over the place. I know a month or so ago, I know I came on and it was over 60-something thousand people that they've helped commit suicide, basically, because they were like, well, you're old or you're this or whatever. You need just to die. Don't worry about it. And
You're sad. You're sad. Just go die.
Just go die. That's it. At least over here we can, hey, we might be dead for the rest of our lives, but we at least get some health care. What's up, brother Willie? Glad you're here. Willie's Desert Hangout in the house. But yeah, it's man, I know it's messed up. It really is. Just even the thought process, like these people's, that lady there could be helped, but they don't want to help nobody.
No. It's easier to kill you, bro. Like, just get you out of here.
Yeah. I mean, you're, but then they're worried about giving money to all kinds of other things and other people and everything else. But if you're a Canadian,
Like when I first, I think it was it Norway? What country was it over in Europe that did it first? Let me look that up. I remember seeing that, and they put those pods out there. First country to legalize assisted dying. Here we go. It was the Netherlands. It was the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Back in 2001. You know what I mean? They passed it. It goes into effect in 2002. But this says the patient's request must be voluntary, well considered, and a medical situation must involve unremitting and unbearable suffering, right? So we take something for chronic illness. Hey, listen, stage 4 cancer, life-altering neurological diseases, severe MS, a lot of different conditions where I could see that, somebody may say, hey, listen, I don't want to live with this condition. But opening it up to allow people that I'm sad. What? Motherfucker, go outside and go get some sunshine. Okay? I think that opens it up for people with severe mental disorders just to say, hey, fuck it, I'm sad. Today's the day. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bad road and a slippery slope to start going down.
Well, and that, I mean, and when people come in to get help, like, hey, some people have an absolute need for help and they need to work through some stuff. Instead of working through stuff for people, they just drug them to hell and get their mind all jacked up with mind-altering drugs. And now that's what we see all this bad stuff happen to, and then you hear, well, he was on all these different drugs, and he was this and that.
SSIs. Don't forget, they're called SSIs. SSRs, not SSIs. Yeah. SSRI, I'm sorry. Whitney knows all about them, so I'm glad she's there to correct me on it. SSRI.
And it's only because in real time, baby. Fact check in real time.
It's only because she knows a lot of psychopaths that are on them.
we don't want to talk about our family like that. That's all right. Because my family, I guarantee, is on some shit,
Right.
especially my extended family. Woo. But
But think about
but
it for a
seriously,
minute. First of all, we know that you take a look at the last however many shooters we've had in the U.S. over the last 4 or 5 years, and bounce those people off a prescription chart. They're all drugged up and they're all medicated to death. Okay, so if you've got a person that's on mind altering prescribed medication that can go out and do some shit like that, why would you even consider their thoughts of I want to harm myself? Like, how could you take that serious if they're all medicated out like that?
hmm
You wouldn't kill somebody that's all fucked up on coke or heroin that says, "Damn, I'm having a bad day. I want to go kill myself." You wouldn't go kill them. You'd put them in a fucking home and be like, "Hey, you got to get off the drugs."
yeah,
You
here's a
know,
free shot. Here's
here's a
your
free
free what's it
right,
called, But you can't get no free insulin, but you can get a free free shot for heroin or whatever. I don't know. And yeah, Mr. Willie, yeah, there are a lot of people over 70, especially the ones that lost their significant other and stuff like that. They just um, waiting if they don't have anything, they're waiting just counting the days. It's sad, to see some of them like that, So if you got loved ones, especially if they're up above, really you got loved ones any age because it don't matter. They can be 20 years old. I know I won't say no names or anything like that, but in the community we just lost somebody
right,
in our local, and young, 20s. We don't know. And it happens to older folks too. So check on your people. I think this is the big thing we all need to do. We need to check on our people, and then like if you have your heart feels something, hey, I hadn't talked to somebody, or um, I wonder how they're doing. That means you need to reach out to them and check on them, and go ahead
right,
and take that 2 seconds. If 5-second text, that's a boop boop. Hey, just thinking about you. Hope you're well, and go on your
right.
day. And you never know what that little 5 second text go. And I've heard too many horror stories. Like, man, I was at that moment of ready to end everything, and then all of a sudden something happens, and a friend or somebody calls them or whatever, and just it makes them stop. It makes them get that process. Um, like the Scott Helmer when he was on the show and talking, what all he went through, and it was just tragic. He was all the way to the point where he was done, and then he turned around. And if you want to watch the video, and I got it broke out, with his section is out. So if you want to hear just his story and everything, I got it in the on the videos. And and just to shorten it up a little bit. I mean, then he was able to, once he was able to reach out to so many people, and he had so many people come up to him and say, "Well, because I heard your story, I didn't commit suicide. Because of your story, I didn't do that. I wanted to do the same as you." And so you never know what will take, that few moments in time what it will take to help somebody. And
Right.
that sometimes all it takes is just a few kind words, or just um, that's it. That's somebody needs. Which is sad that somebody can't even get to that point where to get to the point where they're not hearing none of that anywhere from their family or anything, and some random stranger go, "Hey, look, um, but we need to take care of each other. It's a wild, crazy world right now. Watch
I
out,
agree.
folks." Here you go.
I agree. But and I'm gonna be the asshole for a second that there there are
For only a second.
people that yeah, right. Um, First of all, don't take anything I'm about to say twisted, okay? Because I had a buddy of mine that killed himself, and I talked to him, fuck, just a couple hours before it happened, and I found out I'm at weigh-ins at a show, and I get a phone call from my other buddy that tells me, "Hey, he killed himself," and I'm devastated, right? Because I just talked to him on the phone, and it was the first time I'd really talked to him about him telling me he's depressed and he's upset, and it was the first time hearing that from him, and I tried to talk him off the ledge, and find out a few hours later some other things happened, and he killed himself. Heartbroken. Flip side to that argument, bro, I've dealt with several people that have reached out to me online that have done this whole shit. I'm going to kill myself. And I'm like, man, first of all, I don't even fucking know you that well. Okay. Don't drop that on me. If you need somebody to talk to, call somebody. I'm not your fucking therapist. I can do, only so much for only so many people. And at the end of the day, my job is not to save the world. Okay. And there are so many people out there that are faking attention, that are just seeking somebody to, oh, I'm going to kill myself. Oh, because they want somebody to coddle their feelings, man. And I, while I do agree that, hey, listen, touch your friends, make sure your circle is good to go. It's not my fucking job to save everybody. Okay. And
No,
and
no.
and you can't be that person. I had a dude, let me tell you, man, this is the most fucked up thing ever. Last year, I was dealing with two people at the same time from my childhood, right? From that I went to high school with. And one of them is sitting there actively texting me while he's fucking hammered with a bullet and the bottle, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself and I can't do this anymore. I'm like, motherfucker, I haven't talked to you in 25 fucking years, and now you've dumped this on me, and this is my responsibility now.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't have the mental capacity to fucking deal with it. I don't have the training. I don't have the fucking patience. I don't, you know, and my flip side is, what do? Dial 911 and call the cops and get the cops involved in this situation because clearly I'm not fucking cut out for it. But at the same time that I'm dealing with him, I got another guy that I went to high school with that thinks that just because we served in the military at different intervals in our lifetime that I'm somehow his battle buddy and I'm responsible for him. And I'm like, listen, bro, you need help. You're an alcoholic. You're going through some shit. You need to go talk to a professional. And the only person he wants to deal with is me. And I feel like it was and he's fine, like absolutely fine, living his life, doing, but like to put that on somebody you don't know, that you don't have a walking relationship with, like I have a hard time dealing with that shit, man. Like, and I know people are gonna come down on me and say, "Oh, you should do everything you can." Yeah, to an extent, bro. I got my own motherfucking problems I'm dealing with every day. You know what I mean? How can I balance everything in my fucking life and then go scrape up your feelings and emotions because you don't know how to deal with them? There's got to be a line somewhere where responsibility has to lie in the hands of the person that's, going through this shit. So maybe I'm horrible. It's been
No,
a
I mean,
fucking
I see
year
some of
dealing
it.
with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I see some of it like for sure, and that's the bad thing is there's so many, especially with social media. There's so many cry wolf motherfuckers out there that um, I know, people that turn around and post on social media like, I'm about to die. I'm doing all this and got sent money and all kind of stuff. And they're still alive, kicking to this day and
Still
looking good.
complaining about their horrible life and fundraising off of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and so many people have figured out that they can turn around and use situations to manipulate people. It's so terrible. I've
Yeah.
seen that with other things like how, you turn around and help somebody um, like get a sponsorship, something for somebody, and then turn around and they're like, oh, this is a great racket. I can turn around and then go around and beg for money and then not even do what the money is for. They just did it
Right.
to get the money, like, oh, and I'm like, oh, hell, I'm helping people learn how to freaking hustle people. Shit, what am I doing here? But the bad thing is, like, on the other flip side though, is it's we don't know if they're cry wolf, and that is crazy. Somebody sitting there you hadn't talked to in 20 years. I've had it happen a lot of times for me. I don't know. I'm Uncle Ricky, I guess, and I've had that people just reach out to me out of the blue, hadn't, like you said, hadn't speak to them in forever, and all of a sudden to start truly dumping all this stuff. I'm like, and I just I tell them what I feel. I guess I guess my mindset is better on it, I guess, or maybe that's what I'm made to be able to do. But it is crazy that um, you had to. Sometimes you wonder, like, why me? What did I do to have all this extra stuff? But sometimes maybe you say you're not, but maybe you are, have moments of being able to handle that kind of thing. That's why you know it's that sense that they can actually reach that. Hey, you know, Jamie's going to tell me straight. He's not going to sugar. I think that's part of it. Just thinking out loud here.
Having somebody shoot you
Jamie
straight, right?
Jamie Grant is going to not sugarcoat shit to me. He's going to tell me straight. Anybody else might, baby them down or sugarcoat it or make it, well, you're okay, blah blah blah, this or whatever. Jamie's going to cut the nuts and sit there straight, like, look, you're fucking up. You need to stop. Whatever. Just direct.
That's the one thing I appreciate about Scotty Swinger. Scotty's like, Jamie's not the dude that's going to sugarcoat it for you. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you what you need to hear, whether you like it or not. Because I've been there, bro. Like, I've been depressed to the point that I thought I was going to fucking kill myself. Jesus Christ, bro. Let me tell you something. I broke both my hips, my pelvis, broke my back. I got a fucking head injury. And 3 weeks later, after I get out of the hospital, I find out my fucking wife is having an affair on me. How do you survive that? You know what? You buckle in, 10 toes down, and you fucking you dig in. I don't have time to fucking, man, like, learn how to handle your fucking shit, and if you don't know how to handle it, it's okay. Call professionals that can help walk you through it. Reaching out to random people through social media and be like, oh my God, I'm just going to kill myself. Shut up, you fucking attention whore. Again, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't come down
some
on me.
Some probably are, but
and I know, and again, I feel horrible having this conversation right now because we just lost a guy in our community. But, you don't know what people are going through, and you always need to refer them to professional help because, don't carry that, man. Get professional help.
Well, let's say want to drug you to hell. I think, if all they want to do, they just want to throw drugs into you, get a second opinion, too. Don't just take the first one and accept. Because, if all they want to do, well, they won't even talk to me. They listen to 5 seconds of what I got to say, and, well, you need 14 different drugs. You need to go down the road and talk to somebody else or another professional help. That's not just trying to get paid off of you. That's the sad thing. That's the other side situation. There's how they're, it's such a profitable business to highly medicate the populace because, all the crazy stuff and the sadness and like you said, like some of it is the sunshine.
That's the only reason, in my opinion, that's the only reason the transgender surgery shit right now is so popular, because they understand that there's an entire market of mentally challenged fucking people out there that they can profit off of. And they understand that once you get these people all fucked up on medication, that you can coerce them into whatever the fuck you want them to do, It's a racket, bro. I think this whole mental game that we play with, the medication. First of all, it doesn't take much to disrupt somebody's chemical compound. I mean, their chemical makeup in their brain with just a little bit of medication. Okay. And then when you realize that, hey, maybe this person's not responding the way we think they should, so now we're going to stack and put this medication with this medication. But wait a minute, if we add this one over here, it'll help offset this over here. But wait, let's go ahead and give you Valium too on top of it. Bro, nah, man. Too much medication going on, too little working out. People need more sunshine in their life. You know, get the fuck outside. Go get a dog, okay? Go walk your dog in the park. You know what I mean? Like, God, people are coming for me on this one, Ricky Pike.
I'll try not to share this one, this short.
Ah!
We'll leave that one down there.
I just, man, and it's sad, man. It's truly sad if your life is to a point that you want to kill yourself. Ricky, every day I wake up, I'm in pain. My hips hurt, my back hurts. I can barely fucking walk some days. And are there days that I joke and I walk around the house and I'm like, God, I just want to fucking not wake up. I say it out loud. I think everybody fantasizes about stepping in front of a fucking bus or a Mack truck once or twice in their fucking life. Okay, let's just be real about it. It is what it is. Am I ever going to do it? Nah, man. I love life too much. I love conquering this shit just to prove everything I've been through ain't shit. Like, just, God, get your fucking lives together, people.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking rabbit hole. Let's put us on something else, man. Jesus Christ.
All right, we'll swing that way.
Like,
I had this video pulled up for like the last
I'm sorry, buddy.
20
I'm
minutes, but
sorry.
that's okay. It has, I mean, hopefully, maybe we've helped on some of the words we said. Maybe we've helped one person. If we help one person keep from pulling that trigger, then our little rant was worth it.
If you kill yourself, you're a bitch. Go face life head on, dig in, and do it. You can. We believe in you.
We do believe in you.
Hit play, Ricky Pike. Let's talk about Canada.
If Alberta votes to separate, we'll just invade you. You don't even have an army. Of course, Alberta would have some new best friends. We turned the music off for it.
Yeah, we definitely getting jammed up on that.
Yeah. But yeah, now no doubt Alberta will be his own country, and we'll sure be on their side because we want the resources.
Right.
And
What's
you mess with
Canada
our
really
friends.
have? Like,
You mess with our friends.
a little bit of oil. Do they have oil?
They got lots of natural resources.
Well, take the fucking whole country then.
Does Alberta have what natural resources? Let's Google it. They have large concentrations of fossil fuels, which it's our favorite to be our best friend. Conventional oil, natural gas, coal, and oil sands. Also it has potential critical minerals such as lithium, vanadium, and rare earth elements, which is like the AI shit needs, and batteries and all that good stuff. So it'd be coal. Also, Alberta contains roughly 70% of Canada's coal reserves. So it would be a nice partner to have if,
Take it all. Let's go get it all. Fuck it.
Which, Canada's talking about putting in a law where if you want to leave Canada, you got to pay like $500,000 or some kind of shit. It's crazy.
Dude, so did you see that New York is trying to put in an exit tax because they're so upset that so many people are leaving?
I did see that too. Yeah, New York.
That is fucking nuts, bro. Like,
yeah. Yes, all of it's crazy. And hell, they once told them. The governor told the New York millionaires and stuff, tell y'all just going down to Florida. We don't want you if you don't think you're not a real New Yorker.
Please come back. Hurry up and come back. We're losing tax revenue. Like, my God, man.
And then my next fun video, Another interesting.
Why can't this president or any president say no to Israel?
Great question.
And we have a right to know why. It's not just because we love Israel and it's the only democracy in the Middle East. And if it is, then our leaders are dumber than we thought they were. But it's probably not that. Because they understand perfectly well how bad this is for the U.S. And there are, believe it or not, a lot of people in the White House who care about the United States. People with power in the White House. They're not all, whatever you think they are, zombies doing Bibi's bidding. Some of them can see very clearly where this is heading. It's heading toward a nuclear strike by Israel on Iran. That's obvious. And that would be a world historic disaster. It's also clearly terrible for the American economy, for the American people, not even to mention the Americans who will die in numbers if this becomes a land war. So there are people working really hard, really late, trying to fix this, to get a peace, even one that diminishes us, where we have to take some lumps. They are doing that. That's the only reason we got to where we were yesterday, is because people in the White House, taking no credit for it whatsoever, were working to end this because it's bad. But those people predictably were undercut. Our country was undercut by Israel, and there's apparently nothing we can do about it. So again, why is that? And once this is over, even before it ends, every American has a right to know, why does this tiny country have so much control over our government? Is it consent? It doesn't look like it. Now, Joe Kent said point blank when he resigned. And by the way, the day he resigned, he retained highest level security clearance. They tried to tell you, oh, he was a leaker. He was under investigation. It was a lie. They admitted it was a lie. He wasn't under investigation by the FBI. Untrue. And you know it's untrue because he held his security clearance till the day he left the building. So there's no intelligence in the U.S. government that Joe Kent couldn't see. None. He was one of the most informed people in the world. And his conclusion was, there's something weird going on here.
Lots of weird stuff. Did you, where's the other video with Tucker? He was bashing that. Was that? Yeah, here it is. Check this out. This is another fun video with Tucker real quick.
Pretty much everything that you've said in our conversation, Tucker Carlson, you have put at the door of the Israeli government. Now, to some people, that will be evidence that you are anti-Semitic. You are anti-Jewish.
Oh, I know. I'm very anti-Semitic and well, first of all, the state of Israel does not speak for all Jews at all, despite its claims. It does not. There are many, many Jews, many of whom I know, who don't think the Israeli government of Benjamin Netanyahu speaks for them.
No,
I'm speaking of the government, not religion.
Hold on.
No,
because I wasn't suggesting that.
Of course you were suggesting
what
that.
I was suggesting was that a lot of the
I've been in
things
this
that you
business longer than you, and I understand what a slur looks like. And you're attempting to call me an anti-Semite in a passive-aggressive way. Some people would say that. Well, I'm responding to your slur and saying that it's untrue. It does not apply to me. Doubtless there are anti-Semites who don't like Israel. I'm not an anti-Semite. I don't hate Israel. The Israeli government, this is documented, and I saw it personally, steered the United States into a war that hurts the United States and the world. I'm offended by that. I didn't want it, and I'm mad about it now. I have every right to feel that way. That does not make me an anti-Semite, despite your insinuation. And I think it's important that I say that. And by the way, I hope that you run this. I can't control whether or not you air this exchange. I hope that you will, because I think it's important to push back against slurs like that, because they limit our ability to understand what's actually happening. This is not an attack by Jews on the United States. This is Benjamin Netanyahu moving the United States to do something he thinks will benefit him, but that does not benefit us. It's that simple.
Tucker Carlson, thank you very much.
See that? Doop. Let me get off here. Yeah, we're done. We're done here. I absolutely agree. You know, just you calling out the BS.
Right.
You calling out the BS does not make you hate a group of people, like just like we do.
Exactly.
We don't hate Jewish people, but we don't like what is going on, what the Bibi and the Israeli government is doing in the Middle East, and what is bringing us into a war that there's no point of us being in, that we are not gaining a damn thing other than high oil prices, high food prices, and loss of our soldiers' lives.
Right.
You know, and all they're worried about is the fucking Greater Israel Project.
בכל החזיתות, באמת, סייעתא דשמיא גדולה, ועבודה יוצאת מן הכלל של מערכת הביטחון על כל זרועותיה, מפקדים ולוחמים, ויש רגל מדינית מסיימת, יש רגל מדינית מסיימת ביהודה ושומרון, שהורגת לחלוטין את רעיון חלוקת הארץ והקמת מדינת טרור בלב ליבה. תהיה רגל מדינית מסיימת בעזה, שתרחיב את גבולותינו, תהיה רגל מדינית מסיימת בלב...
A diplomat leg, for one of them trying to read the writing on the bottom there. I hope y'all can see it. They're going to do a diplomat leg in Lebanon. They want to expand it.
רגל מדינית מסיימת בלבנון, שתרחיב את גבולותינו על
Gideon Rover.
לגבולות ברי הגנה, תהיה רגל...
Diplomat, another expand to a diplomat leg in Syria.
מדינית מסיימת בסוריה, כתר החרמון והחיץ לפחות. כן, יש רגל צבאית, יש רגל מדינית, שניהם רגליים של גבורה, של נחישות, של אמונה, של אהבת הארץ, של עוצמה. זה מה שמכבדים בשכונה שלנו במזרח התיכון, וזה מה שצריך כדי לבצר את ביטחונה, את קיומה ואת עתידה של ארץ ישראל. אז תודה.
They're out there open, actually showing that they want to take a bunch of people's lands that they don't have.
Right. Right.
And they're not stopping until they get what they want. And it's not like as Tucker said. I don't agree with everything Tucker got to damn say, but I do agree with that. Right. There are I've seen a lot of Jewish people stepping up, protesting. I can share that one video where that one woman's freaking the hell out. But you're Jewish. I can't believe you're saying this. I'm like, yeah, because the truth is the truth. It don't matter what race, creed, right, color, whatever, gender. It don't matter. When the truth is the truth, that is all. It is trumps it all.
Pretty much.
And we as a people don't understand that. Now Bibi threatened Spain. Did you see this?
That. No.
Oh, you hadn't seen that? Oh, yeah, check this out.
ישראל לא תשתוק מול מי שתוקף אותנו. ספרד הכפישה את גיבורינו, את חיילי צה"ל, חיילי הצבא המוסרי ביותר בעולם. ולכן הנחיתי היום.
In the world. Look at that.
הנחיתי...
This lying motherfucker.
Moral army in the world.
לסלק את נציגי ספרד ממרכז התיאום בקריית גת, לאחר שספרד בחרה שוב ושוב להתייצב נגד ישראל. מי שתוקף את מדינת ישראל במקום את משטרי הטרור, מי שעושה זאת, לא יהיה שותף שלנו לגבי עתיד האזור. אני לא מוכן לסבול את הצביעות הזאת ואת העוינות הזאת. אני לא מתכוון לאפשר לאף מדינה לנהל נגדנו מלחמה מדינית בלי לשלם על כך מחיר מיידי.
And they have most moral army in the world, but we allow rape torture, but it's okay. That's moral in their mindset. What's up, Monique? What's up, Wally World? Brother Wally. If Wally's here, that means Bat's in the background watching too, I'm sure. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Before, we talked about this. You and me had that discussion the other day, and you didn't agree with me, which is fine. We don't have to agree with every damn thing with each other. But I didn't agree we're actually in World War III. But it really looks like Bibi wants to put us in World War III. He's trying to bring everybody and everything in this damn shit. Now he's trying to throw Spain and everything else. What in the hell? Don't make sense. It don't make sense the world is allowing this.
Right.
The people of the world hadn't stood up and said enough is enough. Why is one small nation in the middle of the world causing so much drama and chaos and death? I don't know. We're gonna get canceled after today, Jamie. Today might be the day. I don't know, but I'm gonna kick out that shit on my keyboard. It's the truth, though.
Right.
I can't help it. It's the truth, and the truth will set you free, as they say.
Right.
Here's a fun one for you, Jamie. It is now legal to distill your own vodka and whiskey at home, so you need to
I saw
get to
that,
working.
man. I saw that.
What do you think of that?
Well, so there are a couple things. One, I think that Americans should be able to do whatever the fuck an American wants to do. On the flip side, we understand that Americans are idiots. And that a lot of the reasons we have labels on shit is because people are fucking idiots. Okay? So, do I fully expect to see some deaths from alcohol poisoning come from this? I do. But as an American, I should be able to brew whatever I want at home. Okay. Um, I think that we proved that prohibition was not the correct path for alcohol in the United States. And I think that this is the door opener for more legalization of drugs in America. You know, do I think marijuana should be banned? On one hand, no. But I also think that it should be highly regulated because what we don't want is shit from other countries coming in being sold under the pretense that you're smoking marijuana when in reality you're smoking some CBD that's chemically laced. You know what I mean? So I think there's a balance between giving us all the rights and all the freedoms that we want, but at the same time protecting the stupid people. So if we want to go through society and take all the warning labels off everything and just let this herd thin itself out, man, let's fucking do it. You know, because there are
It would
smart
happen
people,
fast.
huh?
It would happen fast, man. I mean,
Oh, it
that's
would.
the
Oh,
reason.
it fucking
The
would.
reason we have a label, a coffee cup label that says it's hot, because people are
Your
stupid.
kids, they put out commercials instructing how to talk to your kids about not eating a Tide Pod. Okay. And I'll go back to that. That started as a viral online challenge. Some other retarded motherfucker talked another retarded motherfucker into doing some retarded motherfuck shit. Okay? And now here we are with labels on everything. You know, and I'm questioning whether or not we should legalize marijuana because people are fucking idiots. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think we go back to the fucking 1800s and legalize cocaine and fucking uh, laudanum, which is fucking basically liquid heroin. You know, because in moderation, depending on what you're going through, we all know that it has positive effects. You know, I think that mushrooms should be legalized. They grow in the fucking soil, bro. But again, you've got a bunch of fucking idiots out there, and the last thing we need is an entire classroom full of medically induced Prozac taking motherfuckers that are now all fucked up on some legal drug that just got legalized. Slippery slope, bro. Slippery slope. You know?
It is. I mean, it's we've had it happen several times. Kind of like you know, you kind of open up Pandora's box and stuff like that. It's I'm gonna get us canceled now, but you know, like Nostradamus said, it's a badge of honor we get canceled. But it's like it's just like the situation, and not saying, try to say it the nicest way I can. We go back several years ago, back in Obama terms and stuff like that, and hey, we want to legalize gay marriage and all this. We should be, if we love somebody, we should be able to marry somebody. And I swear on everything, the post got taken down on Facebook because but, and I said it then, and I'll say it now again because of what is coming out. Yes, you should be able to love, marry who you want to love. I understand that. But when you open up that door and you open up that Pandora's box of who you can love whoever because that's who you love, now we have these map motherfuckers.
That means minor attracted person for those of you that don't follow.
Exactly. Who is opening up a door for exploitation of children because, and what are you, if you were all aboard, like, hey, love is love, are you going to be on board with that? Because love is love. Come on now. So, I said, that's opening Pandora's box right there of, okay, anybody can manipulate the system. And just like with the drugs and all that, I mean, some of it should be. But again, like, I agree with you, Jamie, that once you open up that Pandora box, there's evil motherfuckers out there who will manipulate the system and make it, it's just like anytime like you're in school and one person mess up your class, everybody gets in trouble with that. It's always that one motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Right.
Big quote, the great Wesley Snipes. You always get that one dumb motherfucker who's going to fuck up everything for everybody, no matter what your situation is. And that's what you got going on. It's a whole bunch of them, and they got these little fucking groups and all this shit, and that's what we got. And when it's getting crazier and more fucked up, like I said, I do believe, if you love somebody, hey, if you want to marry somebody, cool, whatever. But the bad thing is when you open up the language that they used, then open up for anything and everything, which, hey, then it's okay for all the politicians and all that shit, I think that's truly, in a fucked up way, if you think about it. I think that's where possibly is why they're getting the Epstein list shoved back. Keep on pushing back until they get, when the Epstein list to come out, when all that minor is legal.
Right.
They take away the age of consent. You can be like a Muslim country over there, or you can marry a 6-year-old. And once it gets to that point, then the Epstein list will come out because it won't matter. Well, hey, the law is now, this is now, so you can't go back, and it's fucked up.
Right.
Absolutely fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Slippery slope. Because on one hand, you want to open it up, man, to where, we should have all the freedoms that we want to have. But stupid people fuck it up for us. Yeah. So, good times, bro. Good times. So, I don't know, man. I hope we figure it out, because, we know that the mass again, man, I'm going back to just removing the labels. We know that the mass population does right. We know that the masses, look out for their neighbor, but you've got to build your rule set around such a small population of fucking retards, you know, to try to protect them and do what's best for them. Well, I'm gonna go back to fuck them. You know, let them people figure that shit out like everybody else had to. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, fuck them, man. Like, Jesus, fuck.
My buddy Rooster used to say, "How saying, fuck them and feed them fish heads."
Right, fuck them and feed them fish heads. That's right. You know.
I don't know. It'd be.
Fuck 'em.
I mean. I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder. Well, what would happen? You know, if they did, they took all the warning labels off. It'd be, you know, it'd be a bunch of dumb fuckers for sure getting hurt, probably killed.
Right.
But you know, on the devil's advocate of the side of things, so he's like, you know, if they're that dumb, is it? You know, I don't know, but man. Crazy world we live in. Here I got pulled up. Speaking of crazy world, at the Liberal Party convention in Canada, they proposed locking Canadian workers in Canada by forcing them to pay $500,000 to work in the USA. And the main one is doing it. Hell, his wife lives in the fucking United States. The one who's calling for it. And has companies over here in the United States. That's how hypocritical these pieces of shit are. I don't even want to play the video where you hear their dumbass fucking. It's just stupid. And again, on the other side, it's like, and it's not like you can look it up. It's common. You can find the knowledge right there. It's like it's not hidden. But you're gonna say some stupid shit like that, you know, act like, you know, people are trying to come over to the United States to work. Oh, they're terrible. When you own companies in the United States, your wife is a fucking American and lives over here with the children because they want to fuck with Canada. Brother Willie said we need warnings to keep the hairdryer out of the tub. So
right. Like,
yeah, I won't play the politicians to run their fucking mouth, but I will play her play.
So I'm about to pop off again because Canada is now thinking of fining people $500,000 if they want to leave Canada. What? That is a hostage situation, and the ransom is $500,000. Just listen to this.
Canadians have subsidized my education to the tune of, you pick the number, $500,000, right? 500,000, and if it's a graduate student, go up, right? 30,000 TN go to the U.S. every year. You want to save yourself $5 to $10 billion? Shove the TN program, and then keep them in, or make them pay their $500,000 so that if they leave. I'm okay with that.
Bruh. First of all, this loser doesn't even live in Canada and hasn't lived in Canada since he left Canada on a TN visa to the United States. He lives in Europe because Canada's a shithole. Isn't that so cute? Also, you don't get free education in Canada. No one subsidizes that. We have to pay for our own education out of our own money. The only thing you get in free in Canada is bent over, going dry by the government, and then you get made so that they can harvest your organs. That is a... Please, if you're a normal Canadian, listen to me. If you're one of those elbows up, I don't really care. You can stay in that shithole. If you're a normal Canadian, and if you can see where the country's going and headed down, please plan your exit strategy now before it is too late for you to leave. Even if it's just you needing to plan what to do to get out of that country, do it immediately. Talent is leaving. Corporations are leaving. Literally, so many people have left Canada in the last 5 years that they're only bringing in illegals who can't even make a Tim Hortons sandwich properly. That is why they're panicking right now, even though they're telling you the opposite is true. It's not. Everyone is fleeing Canada, and you should as well. If you want to know the company that we used, because they're amazing, I've had firsthand things with them. They will give you a 25 free minute consultation to see if you can actually make it out of Canada or what path you need to make in order for you to make this dream happen. They have mortgage advisors, business advisors. It is a concierge service, one-stop shop with European lawyers and everything. Okay, I'm going to give you guys their website. They're also in my link tree. They're called The Bridge Consulting. They have been absolutely slammed for the last month. So get your spot in now while you can. This is actually a dangerous road Canada's headed down. I'm going to show you the website though. The company's called The Bridge. Now they're actually redoing their website. It will be done next week, but this is their original website. And if you go to movetotheusa.com, move the number to theusa.com, as you can see down here below, please go check them out and see what you can do about exiting that country.
Come on over, our Canadian friends are watching. Come on down. But as y'all move to America,
so I'm about to.
Would you like to pay zero?
I want. Let's go to Puerto Rico. James, have you heard about the taxes?
Let's do it. Heard about what?
The taxes in Puerto Rico?
No.
Check this out.
Federal income tax. There is a way to do that legally.
I'm moving to Puerto Rico.
It's why YouTube star Logan Paul has moved his show from California.
I feel like people are wondering why Puerto Rico. Taxes. It's one vertical. Yeah. It's one. It's a big one.
It's 96% of a big one, which ironically is the same amount of money you keep every year if you move to Puerto Rico.
96%. That's how much of your earnings you now get to keep if you move to Puerto Rico. You pay no federal income tax and must give just 4% of your income to Puerto Rico. Also,
it's like the only place you can live with 0% capital gains.
No capital gains tax.
I did it for the obvious benefit of being able to keep most of what I own.
The tax break started after this Puerto Rican governor shrank the bureaucracy.
You let 17,000 workers go. If you can't pay their salaries, what are you going to do?
He limited the tax break to people who move here and stay for at least 6 months a year.
Last year, applications for these tax breaks nearly tripled.
I think it's horrifying.
Some people don't want those newcomers coming in.
It's an example of the continued colonization of the people of Puerto Rico.
But what AOC calls colonization, I'd call new opportunities.
One report showed that the tax beneficiaries created north of 40,000 jobs.
It's too bad that Puerto Rico didn't do this decades ago. They wouldn't be in the economic trouble they are today.
A lot of people are moving down here.
Social worker Melissa Da Silva moved here from Rhode Island. Now she runs her therapy and coaching business remotely from Puerto Rico.
What's your life like there?
Like living in paradise every single day. I wake up and I have the ocean in front of me. I go out my back door. The rainforest is, off in the distance. It's just a magical place to live.
Also,
I'm saving quite a bit, 25% of my whole income.
It hasn't gotten much publicity in the mainland, and yet it's huge.
People just don't really talk about it too much.
Why not?
There's this fear of all of the people from the state side, they're going to come down and, take over everything, which is understandable. I mean, from learning about the history of Puerto Rico, the Spaniards came over and decided it's going to be their island and decimated all the native people who lived here. And then the state comes down and they decide it's going to be their island. And again, the rights are taken away from the people.
That's a reason why some activists oppose this tax break.
We don't want you in Puerto Rico! Get the out of Puerto Rico!
They're invading our land.
They're invading our land.
And you know what? Honestly, there are some people that are doing that. I see people who come down and they just stay there 6 months and they're like, we're out of here. But there are people, they want to give back to the island as well.
If you don't pay taxes, aren't you hurting Puerto Rico?
Well, I do pay taxes. I provide other things to the community as well.
She sells digital art and gives part of her earnings to a Puerto Rican charity.
There's some who are opening up schools.
I live my life in service. God bless Puerto Rico.
Billionaire Brock Pierce moved here and now helps run the charity Toys for Tots. He also bought this hotel and is renovating another which had been abandoned after Hurricane Maria. It's expected to create 300 jobs. Others are building hurricane-resistant farms and tech companies.
We will not allow that to happen.
Still, some people always see such investment as a problem, as if someone making money means others must lose. But that's not how the world works. When markets are free, new wealth gets created, and most people win.
It is not acceptable.
AOC seems to think there are only winners or losers, subjects or rulers.
We are essentially importing a ruling class.
I like De Silva's answer to that. A new ruling class.
The saying is like all ships rise with a tide. Let's all grow with this.
Puerto Rico tried big government, strict regulations, handouts, and even a government-controlled power company.
This is our invitation.
I bet tax breaks work better.
Well then.
Interesting, huh?
Very, bro. Like very. It's sounds like I need to move. Like definitely need to move.
Or you can be over here where you know, California's. Oh, that's where they're losing. Charles Schwab is leaving California. Did you see that?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
Texas, of course.
Man, Texas and Tennessee have been very very popular spots for people that are bailing on what I like to call Democrat regimes. Yeah, like
If Mississippi didn't have an income tax, they'd be flying down here too. But we got we got income tax, so
right.
They don't want no part of that. No part of that. I don't know if we show. We can get. I don't know.
But then what's crazy is they move, and then when they move, they still vote the same fucking way.
And they want the same shit that they just left to come where they are. That's the crazy thing. Like, hey, I want all this shit that I just left here. But
I hate it here because of all of this, but I'm going to go to Nashville and vote for everything.
It's like a lot of the damn assholes, like, moved out to Fayette County and stuff like that. There's a lot of them. And it's like, well, why can't this, where I was, we had this, and this. And why, I'm like, you should be moving out there to be in the country so you can be more, if you wanted all you had before, you should have stayed where the fuck you were instead of trying to make other people change.
Right.
Make everybody else miserable because that's just what you wanted. Stay where you at. I understand the tax break. The tax rate is so much better out there. You pay almost a third of what you do in Memphis. Hey, I understand that. Still, keep your ass over there if you want to change shit. Let the country folk be country folk. Bunch of assholes. I don't know if I need to show this one. I don't know. A Polish parliament unveiled a flag that has a Israeli flag with a swastika in the middle of it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you want to see that?
Like satire or
No. This is in their Congress in Poland. No.
Ataki Izraela na Bliskim Wschodzie odczuwają już Polacy w cenach paliwa, ale jak odczuwają to dzieci, których zginęło już kilkadziesiąt razy więcej niż podczas całej wojny na Ukrainie. Otóż tak, że Żydzi stosują zakazaną bombę fosforową, która pochłania tlen z powietrza i doprowadza do ich śmierci przez uduszenie. Więcej, dym z tej bomby dostaje się do płuc i pali je od środka. One duszą się i palą się od środka jednocześnie. Kilkadziesiąt tysięcy kobiet i dzieci. Ale jak jakiemuś dziecku się poszczęści, się nie udusi, to biały fosfor przyklei się do policzka, do rączki i wypala się przez tkanki do kości. Nie da się tego zgasić, więc odcina się policzek, amputuje się rączkę. Izrael dokonuje na naszych oczach ludobójstwa ze szczególnym okrucieństwem. Izrael to nowa trzecia Rzesza i jego flaga powinna wyglądać dokładnie tak.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion.
You know,
we don't condone or endorse, but yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's on Parliament floor right there.
Like, what in the fuck?
Crazy world we're living in right now. It's a fucking movie. Sometimes I wonder, are we really in a simulation? Because sometimes it just seems like we're in a fucking movie, and it's just a fucking shit show movie. When idiocracy starts sounding more and more real, it just, I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Speaking of our favorite country, here's a city, a town there in southern Lebanon. Well, it used to be. Used to be.
Bro.
It's gone. The whole
Bye-bye.
fucking town.
Right. Nuts, bro. Like, fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucking nuts, bro.
I agree.
And you can't talk about it because the first time you say, hey, you think they're genociding people, you're not following, you know, the masses, we'll say.
Well, possibly. Or maybe a select. Check this out.
They have very much shifted away from Israel. Look at this. Net favorability of Israel among men under the age of 50. In 2022, not too bad, but not too hot to trot either at -3 points. By 2025, again, down we go, minus 22 points. That is a 19-point shift in just 3 years' time. But it gets even worse. Look at this for Israel. Minus 47 points. That's a 44-point shift away from Israel on the net favorability amongst young men who, of course, shifted massively into the Republican column back in 2024. And they have been shifting away from Israel over the last 4 years. They have.
That's a big swing. There's a lot of, and I wonder some of it, like, is it just because, you know, it's the cool thing to hate or whatever, or is it more people actually waking up and saying, wait a minute, none of this shit makes any damn sense? You start looking into it, you see the money fluctuation, and you always follow the money, and then you'll find the answers you seek, and the more you see it, I think I'm I think it's a 70-30 there. There's a 30% maybe it's just, hey, it's the cool thing to do. They're being told to do it. But I think a lot more people are just waking up and going, wait a minute, there's BB and all them are just doing fucked up shit. And especially since the Iran war, it just really truly showed it, especially when he came out. It's like, I don't care what Trump does, I'm paraphrasing, but I don't care what Trump says or whatever. We're not stopping this war until I say it's over with.
Right.
That just shows you what their mindset is.
Let you know who's in charge.
Exactly, like we were talking about before. For sure. For sure. Well, I know it's getting close to that time, Jamie. I was trying to.
Oh, I'm just chilling, man. I'll bounce out of here when I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. That's even better. Yeah. Yay. I don't know how that. Oh, yeah.
I'm listening to all the madness outside my house, man. Like,
I'll bet.
Bro, last night, I don't know if Whitney heard this last night, but somebody dumped probably 30 rounds. I'd say less than half a mile from here, bro.
Is that it?
And to me, it sounded like two guns, right? I saw a couple posts about it today, but nothing identifying where it came from, but like it sounded like a gunfight was happening,
Mm-hmm.
And Memphis is just like, a kid got killed 2 days ago at Shelby Farms Park. Week before that, dude gets shot at another park. Couple days before that, they bust a bunch of kids down at Tom Lee Park. And these are all teenagers. These are all high school kids getting busted with guns and doing all this shooting and shit, and Memphis has a problem. Memphis has a youth problem that is out of control, and
they don't care. They don't care. What's given is a sad point. They don't care. They'll if you look sideways at somebody, they'll shoot you. And that's why Memphis is in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the world. Not just the United States. They are in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the world. What's up, Crazy Duck Lady? What's up, Conspiracy? I think I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. I seen you in the chat. And I think I said hi to Merlin. If I didn't, what's up? I've been ranting a few times, so I kind of... Oh, hell, Miss Duffy. Did they really? How they do that? I don't know. They're not supposed to be monitoring the chat, but of course they do.
Bro, they are.
I turned it off. I literally even turned it off. Said, I don't want you moderating my chat whatsoever. I got mods for that.
Right.
I got Brother Willie and Sweets. They'll take care of that.
Oh, Sweets take care of everybody. Like,
yeah. We don't have to worry about none of that.
You don't want her mad
at you. But Facebook wants to be. I mean, not Facebook. Yeah, Facebook even more fucked up. YouTube, whatever.
Did you say fake book? You're right.
Yeah, fake book too. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of fake, did you see this post where Trump posted this? The lies travel fast.
Mark Twain said it. It's about our beautiful, beautiful planet as photographed by the Artemis astronauts. Isn't that amazing? It is amazing, right?
Travel
the
fast.
Great big globe. And maybe you remember an old-timey quote. They say Mark Twain said it. It's about the truth and lies. And I think it's very appropriate right now.
To me, this picture is one of the fakest ones they showed. If this is sun coming around there, how does this all lit up like it is?
Right.
At least fucking do it half-assed, right?
Yeah.
Come on, NASA. Y'all can do better job than that. And then some of it, they sit there and show the same pictures and shit over and over again. It's, I don't know, but I just seen that just a little while ago and had to throw it in there.
Like I said, I'm going to go back to everything we've said before. If they lied to us about one, what else are they lying to us about? You know, it's
everything.
Everything. You know, absolutely everything. So
I know you said he hadn't seen too much. Now here's some fun stuff here. My red hair and freckle, well, it used to be red hair. One time or another, I had to pull up my picture. Let everybody know that I used to be a redhead. I'm ginger. I have my own race.
I'm a ginger.
What did they say a while back that gingers were black or something like that? It was trending for a little while.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, no, they're fed up. They are fed up, and I'm glad to see it.
They've blamed Trump for absolutely everything. We've heard government get up and stand about Trump. Donald Trump isn't in charge of NORA. He's not in charge of the carbon tax in this country. He's not in charge of that in this country. And he's not in charge of excise. What did Sean Kenny do? He said, go out and walk or go out and cycle. What did big James Bond himself go out and do? He said, we'll turn the army on our own citizens, which is reminiscent of something that you would hear in South America. It is reminiscent of a Pyrrhonist. And then we have the man that turned away from the woman in Kentucky not so long ago, but during this election, and we didn't want to hear. And all of a sudden, he's gaslighting the country, saying he's concerned. He's concerned about the 900,000 people on waiting lists. All of a sudden, he's concerned about the 60,000 people on housing lists. He's concerned about the 116,000 people that are waiting for HAP. That's what this government is concerned about. You're concerned about nothing, only serving yourselves. And I applaud Deputy Healy-Rae, and I say well done to him for having a bit of backbone. And if those that turned up at the protests down in Whitegate or anywhere else in the country, in Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, that turned up there and said, we're with you lads, and we're going to get rid of Micheál in a couple of weeks. If any of you have any bit of backbone, join with Healy-Rae and vote against this government, and let's call the election. Thank you.
Deputy Chris Morris.
He sound mad, bro.
I will. Yeah. They are pissed.
Did you see Viktor Orban lost the other day? Yeah, so that's kind of
Ginger lives do matter, Mr. Willie. They do.
Ginger lives do matter, right?
That's interesting, Matt Sal. He said the Egyptian god Set was a redhead. I think I do remember hearing something like that. And blue eyes only. We were talking about this last week. You know, only came around like 6,000 years ago. Like, where did they come from? We're aliens, Jamie. We're aliens.
Hey, we talked about this. We talked about this. The blue-eyed gene. What about 6,000 years ago? Is that 3 Jesuses ago, according to the theory?
Very long ago, especially in the whole spew of time.
Right.
Yeah. Not. Here's in the 30s.
Don't forget, folks, what's happening here in Ireland is happening everywhere. The amount of messages I get saying it's happening in Canada, it's happening in Australia, it's happening in Europe. This is a global agenda, 2030, right? I've shared some videos on it. There's loads of videos out there. Just look up Agenda 2030. This has been on the card since COVID, and that was the start of it. That was the start of it, where they wanted to kick on the digital ID, the COVID passes. They want to depopulate the world, and they've done that. They're doing it. So just be aware that this is not just about Ireland. So people are watching us here. People are watching what we're doing. And once they see us making these big moves and fucking over our government, the rest of the world can follow suit and see what Ireland have done. We're the fucking leaders here. We're going to show the world what we're about. Era Abu. Don't.
2030 be here in a second. 4 more years, and if they get their way, at least we did. They did stop the digital dollar here in the United States until after that.
Right.
But yeah, like I said,
see the tractors, see the haulers, and you see all the people.
Turn that down. I know them horns got to be loud and bust everybody's ears. But yeah, the people were out in the streets. People were getting out.
Get that smelly Mr. Burns looking bastard out of office.
Mr. Burns.
See the tractors. See
Let me play that again.
Mr. Burns looking bastard out.
What are you gonna do? I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, this I'll play this in a second. Yeah, that Braveheart, it had like a Braveheart speech, man. That sucker was getting it, buddy. But here,
so as much as I want to be making gardening content, the reality is a little bit different in Ireland at the moment. We are on day 7 now of the fuel protests, and I just want to say to every single one of you that have been out there, especially the ones that have been out there every day and staying overnight, to all the truck drivers, the farmers, the hauliers, the contractors, the whole lot of you, the whole country is so proud of you, and everybody's behind you, and the whole world is watching. And yeah, you're going to have the odd numpty like Mary there now because she might have missed a nail appointment, but forget about them. Never mind them. They're all right. And as much as I'd love to be out there every single day with you, the reality is someone has to stay back and grow the food. If you haven't noticed by now, and I've been shouting about this for many years, how fragile our food system really is. And I have to be very careful with my words here because since I've put up this video, my profile has been completely censored and all my new videos now have been completely demonetized. So I have to be very careful with how I word this video now. But if anybody has noticed now in the last 7 days, it's this. If there's one thing that they fear the most, it's unity. There is serious power in unity and people coming together and uniting. And you know what? This country has been so long divided. It has been the most refreshing thing the last 7 days, watching everybody come together and unite. It's been just absolutely amazing. And you'll see the media now trying to distract us now and again divide us and going with their stupid buzzwords and their labels and their far left and far right this. And you know what? Forget about it. Because that's their plan. That's all done by design, all these stupid labels. I never got into it because it even comes down to this color of your skin, to religion, all these things. It's all done by design and it's to divide the people because you're so much easier to control when everyone's divided. And in the last 7 days, we can see that clearly, how amazing it is when people are united. And don't get me started about how the people in power, I don't think they've realised what they've done in the past few days and how they've treated the ordinary working man and woman and how they've retaliated is just something absolutely wicked. I've seen men being dragged out of their tractors and being kicked on the ground. I've seen peaceful protesters pepper sprayed, kids as well, women being pepper sprayed. I've seen the riot squad out and the army, again, all with peaceful protesting. And you know what? I don't think the people in power have actually really realised what they've done. Because what they've done is they've woken the fighting Irish. So fair play to every single one of you out there. And if anybody hasn't gone out yet, go out into your local protests. Get out there in numbers. Don't be afraid. It is 100% peaceful. And you know what? There's absolutely lovely vibes out there as well. So fair play to every single one of you. Keep at it. Keep up the momentum. Fair play to you.
I'd follow her into battle just because of her accent.
You're like, whatever you
Come
say.
on, lads, we're going to do it now. Like I'm on. Come on, William Wallace, let's go.
Absolutely. Speaking of William Wallace, check this guy.
It's coming at us. And you'll have 2-3 weeks. You'll be at all at home scratching your arses, but the government has no fucking penny. They're lying to you. They have taken your money and squandered it on corruption and Ukrainian and building houses and garden and they've forgotten about the whole lot of you. And if you leave this spot tonight, I either girls in, I either them things up. It's fucking over forevermore, I mean. So ye think of that. No shirking at all. Every man will face what comes in and he won't back. And the women and children out of the ways. Tonight we have it. And that's all there's to it.
Hey, man. Great pregame speech, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. You know, I wish that we could come, like you wonder, what is it going to take to bring the U.S. together as a collective and, you know, truly stand up against some of this. Voting don't work because we've seen that the election system can be rigged. So how do you get your point across without burning the whole fucking system down? Even you go back to January 6th, there were people that were protesting there and they were all infiltrated by feds. There were so many feds on the fucking ground. Was their voice truly heard? No, it wasn't. Were they used as a distraction? Yeah, they were. So there's just a lot of fuckery with it that we can't get our country to agree on everything. Black versus white, rich versus poor, immigrant versus legal immigrant. You know, there's the Democrats have done a great job in siloing a whole bunch of people and catering to that single silo, even though that silo hates all the other silos around them. The Democrat, they're good at it. We've got the gays over here. We've got the LGBTIAU Purple Hair
And
Army over here because they're completely different than the gays. We've got the lesbians over here. We've got the single white women over here. We've got the strong black women over here. And none of these people can be in a fucking room together. You've got the pro-Israel base over here for the Democrats, and at the same time, you've got the pro-Palestinian base. You can put none of these people in the same room together. But the Democrats have mastered making all of them follow along.
they are good at it. They are good at it for sure. And they'll get out and they're the ones, majority will protest. They're the ones that raise hell. They're ones, decide. That's a sad thing on the Republican side that they, the joke is, well, they're at work, yes, maybe some of them are, but they're more for the majority, more the laid back side. But at what point is it to the point where you got to push yourself to that, hey, you need to stand up too and say, hey, enough is enough.
Right.
But, you're right, though. They have worked so hard and so diligently to divide everybody on every little different, little small, minuscule disagreements of somebody and make it such a big ordeal that that you'll alienate friends and family and everything else. And they're winning doing that. They absolutely win. That's what they want. They want us divided, like she was saying. They want us divided. They want over here and everywhere in the world. Because if we do come together, and every time you see people coming together, even like after 9/11, so many people came together. They're like, oh, we're all Americans, everybody. It was, but then right after that, it wasn't no time at all. All of a sudden, it was a bunch of bullshit, some race stuff come out. Like, wait a minute, everybody, we fucked up here.
Right.
Blacks, whites, blues, green, yellows, everybody's getting along and they're all on the same page. We can't have that kind of shit. And if we as a people can't look past this propaganda and bullshit, I mean, we are doomed. I won't be gloom and doom, but that is the truth. If we can't look past this bullshit and this propaganda that we're being fed with a shovel, it's time to shove the shovel away. He's like, hey, get away, push it away, and say, hey, enough is enough. I'm tired of eating shit.
Right.
No more asking for another, just like the Chinese when they take their ass whoop in front of school or whatever, May I have another? Well, no, we're tired of having another. We know no more.
Right. Yeah. We got to figure it out, man. I think once we start taking care of our neighbors, we'll be on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And these motherfuckers are going to control everything, bro. Because if you can control the groupthink and the way, I feel like all these different silos, the one thing that they share in common is that they're all medicated. And if you can control the masses with groupthink and make somebody feel as if they're wrong for not going along with everybody else, you've won the propaganda war. And we've got to get motherfuckers that start thinking for themselves. And yeah, until that happens, man, I don't think we're going to see any change in anything. We definitely ain't going to see the American people take over anything.
And it's sad but true.
Right.
What's up, hiker? Glad you made it.
Well, cousin, I love you. I'm going to bed, man. I feel like crap. I'm glad I was able to get on tonight. But this sinus infection slashed with hip pain is brutal, man. I go back to the doctor in two weeks. I had to look at the date, and they're going to give me my date for my surgery. So hopefully I can get this hip replacement knocked out soon and get on the mend. Dude, I just want to train jiu-jitsu, bro. And I'm so fucked up because I know that I'm going to hurt myself if I go. And I've just been staying at home, man. So
Yeah, I understand. I know you get. I know it's hard. You get that stubborn. And like, I want. It's you want to use, your body, whatever. But it's like,
right.
But yeah, no, heal up. That way you can get better.
Right, get back at it. And like me and Whitney were talking about it tonight, man. Like I'm having her do some research on how much time I'm gonna need to take off. Mm-hmm. And it looks like I'm gonna need to probably lay low for probably 3 to 5 months. Definitely first 90 days I'm gonna have to lay real low. Because I know if I go to the gym, I'm just gonna be like, "Rah, let's see what we can do."
Yeah.
I want to make sure this shit's done right.
Flow is called flow roll, Jamie. Listen to it. F-L-O.
No habla jiu-jitsu, sir. No habla, no speaky flow roll. I try. Actually,
play chess. Damn it, play chess.
So
have you ever played chess?
I play the game like I play checkers. It's fast and reckless. Okay, like
you gotta if when you're hurt, you gotta play chess. Like so one move, you can get somebody and do one move at a time. Like I move, okay, I grab the arm drag, and then I'm sitting here waiting on you to decide. Which it's not good to do all the time, but it is fun to try it because you can see stuff like, okay, I'm here. What can I do? I can do this, or I can do that. And it makes you think about all the different possibilities instead of just going and Tasmanian devil shit, and you don't see a lot of shit.
Right.
So when you get hurt, that's one of the things you can do is you can flow roll, or you can play chess and slow all the way down, which is, I know it's, but once you you can see a lot of moves that you miss when you're going 100 miles an hour.
Like
So,
AO punished me one day. He's like, "Come on, we're just going, 50%, man." And I'm in there trying to fucking rah. So then he punished me, and he's like, "Hey, we're going easy." So I've been trying to be better about it, and just kind of roll around. But it's hard, man. You get out here and you just want to try to fucking prove something, and
well, there's nothing. I mean, I know I mean, I know it's hard, just ego and everything else. But in the day, it's like the only person you got to prove to you is yourself. Like, okay, where have I been? And it's only mindset of it's you versus you.
Right.
When you started back in the day, what could you do to you now? You tie yourself in a knot.
Right. Oh, dude. Yeah. Like,
So I mean, that's how you look at it. Like, all right, like, well, I'm not good as this person. Well, everybody learns different. Everybody learns anything in life. Everybody has a different learning curve and how they learn. And some people are just gifted to, like Braden, my friend Braden and stuff, just gifted, like just a phenom. And then you got some that you got to beat them with a stick to figure out how to do something, or it finally clicks in that little spot. I mean, it takes it forever, and that's just it is what it is. There's no like getting around that situation. Some people learn fast, some people learn slow. Some people learn where, hey, I got a few that here I'll just a lot of times I'll just demonstrate on them. Like, come here, I'll just show you. I'll put the move on you because that's how they learn. I'm like, okay, I gotta feel and to understand the whole thing. And I'm that way a lot of times. Like if I'm seeing a brand new move, I'm like, here, do it. I'm like, I don't see it all the way. Do it to me like 10 fucking times. Choke me to death right here about 10 times. Then I'd understand it. I'm like, okay. But it's you versus you. You can't, y'all got 20-year-old freaking monsters in there. Can't look at it like I'm
right.
You can't. It's just it'll stunt growth. Is what I'm saying. You can't. I mean, there's nothing wrong being competitive and want to push yourself, but at the end of the day, it's you versus you.
It's you versus you. That's right.
And especially as you get older, when you get in your 60s or whatever, and you're still training, like you're not thinking, well, I hope I can hang with this 22-year-old, 190-pound freaking nature, over here.
Right. Yeah, I definitely have made it a point that when I roll, and I am going to try to go hard, I roll up, usually 2 belts up.
I mean, there's certain people,
because they're not going to hurt you. What I've learned is people that are more confident and experienced, man, they're less likely to hurt you because they don't have anything to prove. I'm a crippled 50-year-old white belt. You know what I mean? And for me to get out there and roll with some of these kids that are in their early 20s that are fucking blue belts or even 3 or 4 striped white belts, man, them motherfuckers are trying to hurt you. So I definitely
whenever you get a blue belt, it's gonna make it even worse because there'll be that target. Like, I can tap a white, I can tap a blue belt. You get them little young. I had one of my guys the other day. He tried it. He tries hard. They try. He's 18, 19, whatever, like 6'2" or something, but long and lanky. He tried to give me like guillotine or something, and I just double unders and up in the air he went and down. And he was like, "There's nothing I can do against you, is there?" I'm like, "Well, you just keep trying."
Right.
Like, yeah, I've been training as long as you've been alive. Truly, I have been. But don't worry about that. You'll get better. Just keep trying. Don't. But it's kind of funny though sometimes when you see it. But appreciate you, Jamie.
Yeah, brother.
For being here, and of course I'm gonna continue on. Dave might appear out of nowhere. We never know. Brother Dave might, he might got his belly full and went took a nap. Yeah, he might have got. He was yeah, I won't lie. He was on that grill. He said he was getting on the grill. He's gonna cook him something to eat, and then he's gonna try to be on. So he might have cooked him some good food, and got his belly full and sit down in a recliner and passed out, which is all right. He earned it today because I was working him like a mule today. He's a good friend. He's a good dude because he
Putting it
sure
on
helped me
him.
today. Oh yeah, well I was right there with him. We were fighting. Man, because we had time constraints too. It was bad. We had a mover come in and trying to rip that thing like addition off before the mover got there, so he could get to it. Whatever. It was just got it done though. That's all.
I'm glad y'all got to spend some quality time together today.
Oh yeah. He's supposed to come by Friday. We're going to do some more work and get some stuff done. So we'll see how that goes.
Roger that. Well, brother, keep on keeping on tonight, man. Thank y'all for all joining us tonight. Freaking all you guys, man. The chat's where it's at, man. We appreciate y'all. Ricky Pike, I will see you hopefully next week, man. Same time, same place, same channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, and hopefully maybe we have it all worked out with Whitney's camera to where I can get her set up next week and actually have her on with us on her own stream, and we're playing with her equipment. Her Wits Grit podcast is rolling out, man.
Do your announcement, your shout outs and everything. Make sure everybody.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of shout outs, man. It's, Adaptability Home Services. Call us if you need care. God, please. We need all the help.
Y'all got a website for her podcast? Or just
so
what do y'all have?
her website itself, WhitneyLavender.com. It needs to be updated with a few links to it that are directed to her YouTube page. But her YouTube channel is at Wits Complex. And she's already got some videos up there from her journey through both her amputations, kind of covering that and breaking down what happened there. A lot of information on her there. But what she's going for now, man, is basically if you've got a story about overcoming, you've been through some shit, she wants to talk to you, man. One thing that her and I have learned together is, the medical journeys that we've both had through me breaking my fucking body in a motorcycle wreck and her double, amputation is that people that are new to trauma, that have no experience with it, it's good to hear from people that have lived it and have figured out how to continue living their life through whatever they've been through. So, it's kind of cool to lean on those people and say, hey man, if they can make it, I can make it. So it's just an inspiration story, man, to hopefully make people understand that no matter what you've been through, man, your life ain't done. I don't care if you're double amputee, you ain't got no arms, it's gonna be hard to jerk off, but they have
One
people
dude
for that.
killed a man and was driving down the road and shot a man. I don't know what you're talking about, because if he can do that, he can do anything.
Right.
Now, actually, no, he stood on his head, took a line of blow and shot out a window. Took his gun, racked it, and shot out a window too. Did you see that video?
I did not.
Oh,
is this the double A? Yes, I did see this. Oh my God, they held him upside down. He did the blow. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. And then he turned around and racked his fucking gun and was firing out his fucking window.
Let me tell you what's crazy. So that fucking dude, I can't think of my buddy's name right now. He used to run the National Cornhole League, and he was telling me that this dude is like a fucking phenomenal cornhole player. Who knew he was a coke addict and a murderer? Like, just putting things together here. Crazy. But, man, Ricky Pike, peace out in the Middle East, maybe. And if not, carpet bomb the place. I'm out, baby. We'll see you soon.
No, there's Jamie Grant. Like I said, we're going to continue on. We got some random stuff. We'll swing on the politics for a little bit. I'm tired of talking politics. I ain't got talked enough politics so far. But I got some cool videos. I might pull one of my... Where's my playlist here? There we go. YouTube's been updating and stuff, so it's like driving me crazy. Where's it at? Where are you at? Ah. Before I forget this, let me share this real quick. There we go. Let me share this real quick while my brain is on it. I'll share it more, and we'll talk more about this later on. Come on, get out of here, stupid. There we go. Damn thing. All right, this is the this YouTube channel right here. I don't know about my AI video right there. I don't know about that one. But I mean AI picture of me, supposed to be me. But so on May 2nd it premieres. I'll premiere at midnight. It's the Great Horn Pagans podcast. Stygian Fox. It was a really good conversation, so y'all check out that channel and everything you get a chance. Looking forward to I'm gonna try to be up. I think I think it goes live on premieres at midnight, I think, on the 2nd. So yeah, 12:15 a.m. So I'm gonna try to be up. You never know. We'll see how things are going. Should be fun. It was a great conversation. It was all over the place. It was completely ADD. Talked to everything from jiu-jitsu to you name it. Politics, food. Really fun conversation. So as my random thought, before I forget about it, I want to shout that out. We do, guess where I'm here. Make sure Sunday we have the Memphis, man, I'm tired. One of these days. The Memphis Seekers of Paranormal will be here Sunday with me and James. I know that's in proper English. It should be James and I, but I like being improper. So, and it's going to be a great conversation. I know they've been some places I've been to, so I'm curious on what they've seen and stuff like that. I got some questions, so it'll be a fun show Sunday. Make sure y'all coming back Sunday. So I'll probably say this again at the end, but while I'm thinking about it, just in case I don't remember, because it's been one of them days, I think. But did you know you can still claim U.S. land?
This is about $500 worth of silver that came out of this hillside behind me.
Look at your silver content, man.
And this hill behind me is public land. And only a few months ago, these minerals belonged to the American public. But today, they are legally mined, as well as the right to take out every single ounce of gold and silver that might be in this hill. Not because I bought the land, but because I staked a claim. Thanks to a 153-year-old law that says Americans can claim minerals on public lands. So just like that, we are recorded with the county. The same law that created the Wild West boom towns like the one that I live in. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, how to find land to claim, how to stake a claim, and finally how to mine your own silver and gold. First visible gold we've seen. My name is Brent, and for the past 6 years, I've lived up here in the abandoned mining town of Cerro Gordo, which was once the largest silver mine for the state of California. And the miners back in the day pulled out almost $1 billion worth of silver, zinc, and other minerals out of these hills that you see behind me. But if you rewind 160 years ago, these hills and the minerals below it used to belong to the American public. And the reason that the miners back in the day were able to come out here, extract all of those minerals, and keep all the profits for themselves is thanks to a law passed in 1872 called the General Mining Act. And that act said that any individual could make their way west, stake a claim, find all the silver and gold that they could, and keep it all for themselves. And remarkably, 154 years later, that law is still active. And these days, it's often used by giant mining corporations to extract billions of dollars worth of gold and keep it all without paying any royalties. But you don't need to be a giant mining company to take advantage of this law. It was set up for individuals to go out into the mountains and have their dream of finding silver and gold. And so in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to stake a claim on public land, but it's not as easy as just taking a wooden post and driving it into the ground. If you have one false step, makes the entire claim void. And so my first job is to figure out if there's even any land left to claim.
Of course, that's just a little clip right there. But yeah, if you haven't watched him, it's pretty interesting videos and stuff like that. I got one more here with him, and the things he does, there's no way I could do them. Like he's climbing around and some stuff, some of them caves and stuff. If something happens, he's just gonna be part of history, I guess.
Behind me is the Jefferson Chimney, once the largest silver deposit in California. And back in the 1860s, all this space you see around me used to be solid ore, but they mined it out bit by bit until all that remained was a 900-foot pit. But if you look across that pit very closely, there's a shaft that was dug 150 years ago and stranded ever since they went down. Nobody's been back there 150 years. Nobody knows what's back there. So in this video, I'm going to try to bolt my way across this pit and see what's in that shaft. A candle box. That's probably the coolest box I've ever found.
Which one of y'all would get in there and do that?
So right now we're 86 feet underground in the Union mine at Cerro Gordo. This mine was responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars worth of ore. And the majority of that ore came from right here at the Jefferson Chimney, a crack in the earth that has been filled in with precious minerals. So it was the main thing that created this whole town.
That is the pit that we don't want to go down. It's big, it's deep, it's terrifying. And across the way right there, you can see some backfill from a shaft.
I knew about the Jefferson Chimney when I moved up here over 5 years ago, but I didn't know where it was till maybe a year after moving here. And at that time, I rappelled down from the surface all the way down to basically where I'm sitting right now. And it was the craziest adventure of my life. Into the Jefferson. Oh! I almost ended it right there. In the years since, I've explored most of the different levels here at the Union Mine. And one thing kind of always stuck in the back of my mind, you know, this little ghost tunnel that I saw across this void. And I looked at maps and there's only one little mention of it. There's a report put together by the USGS, and the Jefferson Chimney, they say, is inaccessible other than some surface workings. But they do mention that by 1875, they had moved below the 86th level, where we are right now. So that means that in 1875, that void was existing and nobody was on the other side of that void in that tunnel since then. That means for 150 years that it's sat there. And that to me is just like catnip. That's the type of thing that I'm always looking for. And I feel finally ready just to give it a shot.
So I'm gonna start assembling my stuff, drilling the first couple of holes, see if we can't get across this thing.
I don't see nobody in the chat wants to go check it out. I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, dude. I have slight claustrophobia sometimes. I've been caught a few times and be like, I'll be stuck. This is a long ass video right there talking about on Danny Jones Matt LaCroix went on there and was talking about how the Sphinx didn't have been a lion and not a. Of course, most people absolutely, because the proportions, we know it wasn't originally a man's face on there. We know it wasn't. It guaranteed. Everything else is so perfect, and then all of a sudden they're gonna put this little bitty ass head on there. It don't make sense. Thought this was kind of cool. This guy right here he was a Civil War veteran, and he was doing an interview in 1930. Check this out. This old guy.
I haven't drank water for 50 years. It rusts pipes, and it surely rusts your inside. The best thing to drink is beer, coffee, tea, a highball once in a while.
But the country's dry now, Mr. Draper.
They say it is, but is it?
Oh, but the country's dry now.
They say so, but is it?
What do you think of the new long dresses, Mr. Draper?
I like them short. Shorter the better. The knee is a joint, not an entertainment.
You're pretty spry for a 90-year-old Civil War veteran.
Sure am.
Aren't you tired? Don't you want a drink?
Drink of what?
Water, of course.
Nothing doing.
No water. He's 93 years old. That's funny. Even back then, he's worried about the pipes. Yeah, our pipes are way worse now than they were then. And y'all know I like watching, sharing Project Unity videos.
This is a good vantage point where we can see all of the subterranean infrastructure that connects directly into the Sphinx enclosure. We were being escorted by the lead inspector of the Giza Plateau, who corroborated that there's an underground shaft leading from the Great Pyramid connecting into the back of the Sphinx enclosure. Kind of talking amongst the group, and I was pointing out something that's
it's pretty cool. There's a lot of things they're not letting us know underneath that sand. I guess I'll get one more political, I guess.
I read the end of the book. It's AI. It's AI in the parlor with the candlestick. Oh, great. So we're all agreed it's going to wipe us out. Great. Next question.
Bill, your doctor in 2032, when you get, of that age, right, it will be AI, and AI will be more knowledgeable.
Oh, you're saying it's going to save us?
Well, at least in medicine, it's going to do.
It's going to do great things in medicine.
Great things, yes.
Why hasn't it yet? Why hasn't it figured out cancer yet?
Because we released the LLM in November 2022.
Yeah.
We haven't had enough time, and it's getting better. The AI you're using today, as my colleague at Penn says, is the worst AI you'll ever use. It's only getting better and a lot faster than human beings.
Well, the worst. I read the end of the book.
I agree with the Vigilant Fox, $250 billion a year cancer industry. They ain't gonna let AI fix it. They ain't gonna let AI fix nothing. What's up, Golden Sai? What's up, Bats? Appreciate y'all being here.
This is a good.
They're not gonna let AI fix nothing. Another cool video from Project Unity. He's been, if you follow him on Twitter right now, he is posting some amazing stuff. I always like it's on YouTube and everything, but I think he's getting kind of shadow bound, and but he is posting some great stuff. Yeah, the land of the Shim. Does some great stuff too. Sweets dropped a link on that. I love stuff about ancient. Guaranteed they're not telling the truth on it. What's up, Mr. Strange? Mr. Strange is in the house. Oh, you missed Jamie.
So how did they do it?
How do you think they did it?
Well, they excavated this thing in situ, directly from the bedrock. This
And then built this
container
around it.
was not moved in and out. They carved the passageway. They excavated the chamber, and then they carved this thing directly from the bedrock in situ. Being able to get inside of it, carve out the lid, all from a solid piece of bedrock in here,
That's amazing.
in the chamber. So it was never moved in and out.
No.
It was literally carved from this whole piece of bedrock. And still right here. Look how big this thing is. It's insane. So the question remains, how did they get the lid off of here?
Right.
Lift this thing up to be able to carve out the inside and the underside of the lid. Before they detached it from the top,
Right.
you carve down to a length that includes
Like about.
this.
Yeah, right.
Then you split it
Yeah.
and then have this that'll eventually sit down on top of it.
Getting the inside
But it also looks like, you see down at the bottom, it's not attached to the bedrock at the bottom anymore either.
No.
So it's been detached.
Yeah.
So why go through all that extra effort of detaching it from the bedrock if it was just going to sit here? You know, you just keep it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to, because I mean, hypothetically, you could do it from the top down, and then
Just
cut it
leave
and
this.
fall,
Yeah,
but to
it'll be
what-
all seamless, you know?
To what point? To what point?
So that's why I like coming down in here. It's because one of those anomalies that a lot of people don't get to see this area, and there's not a real good rationale for doing it this way.
That's crazy. The time it took and the energy, and that you could tell that it was pretty smooth on the sides too. I imagine this breakage is where somebody else came up behind it to break it open. I put money. That's where all this right here came from. That's others broke that. Trying to get it open to see what the hell was in it. Grave robbers or something. That's wild. It's a 9-minute video. I ain't gonna play the whole 9-minute video. Actually, check out Project Unity. Sweets was also set the in the chat. I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. I ain't gonna play the whole 5 minutes, but
probably the pinnacle example was chlorine dioxide. So early in my practice, my first year, I started hearing these whispers of this substance or this compound can cure basically everything. And when I read this book, and it was really impressive what it said this thing can do in all the places around the world that were using it. So then I go to PubMed, right, which is the medical database for papers. Can't find anything. And so there's like, I'm like, what is this? So everyone here is saying that it cures everything, but there's nothing published. And it wasn't until about a year ago when I started research on my book, because I was invited to a Zoom conference with a network of colleagues, and it was about chlorine dioxide. And I met a guy that I'd done work with from Brazil, PhD, MD, like really impressive guy. And he's in this Zoom. And I realized he's been using chlorine dioxide. So then I was like, oh, there's something here. And now I spent the last year writing this book. And what I have found is that, I'm going to say this, Del, it is the most suppressed medicine of modern times. It has been globally coordinated by public health agencies and media around the world for decades. Thou shalt not bring up the topic of chlorine dioxide. There are trails of deaths by advocates, proponents. Research will never get published, although that changed. There's a couple of papers in COVID on chlorine dioxide. And then I found literally the exact repeat of Uttar Pradesh. And you remember the story of Uttar Pradesh in COVID, which is ivermectin. It's a state in northern India where the chief minister put a systematic deployment program of ivermectin. They literally hired 160,000 workers, 95,000 villages. Everybody, they tested. You get positive, you get ivermectin. All the healthcare workers took ivermectin. Anyone in the household of someone tested positive got ivermectin. And the papers literally in India were reporting in September of, I think, 21 or 22, that there was like 241 million people. There was like 60 cases active and no new cases. They literally almost eradicated through this massively aggressive program on ivermectin. Never showed up in the New York Times. We never heard about it here, right? But there's so much of it. And even in India, it was censored. So when they said like the miraculous success of Uttar Pradesh, ivermectin didn't appear in the articles. It was just about quarantining and surveilling. They didn't mention they were giving everyone ivermectin. So guess what? I start to look into chlorine dioxide, and I found the same thing. The entire country of Bolivia, Bolivia was doing really badly with COVID. They hammered, like Peru did at one point. Some well-meaning legislators got a law passed on the urging of some well-meaning clinicians. They passed a law making it legal to manufacture and distribute chlorine dioxide. The military got into it. The universities were manufacturing. People were lining up in streets all through Bolivia, taking their little drinks of chlorine dioxide. Mortality and cases plummeted. And I was like, as I'm researching, I'm like, this is Uttar Pradesh all over again. But remember, this is not sufficient evidence still. The fact that a whole country's mortality rates, and there were mayors who were using it in the ICUs, and they were saying we were emptying ICUs of COVID patients. It was, to be honest, what's interesting about this, it's quite humbling, right? I'm supposedly Mr. Ivermectin. Based on all my research, what I know now, if I got COVID right now, that would probably be number one treatment. I would take that over ivermectin any day, knowing what I know of its efficacy. And so, and that goes to your point, right? All the things that we can do for viruses, right? So there's a website called c19early.org, probably the best science in all of COVID, anonymous group. They decided to become anonymous, but the high-level statisticians, systematic reviewers, they did constantly updating on all data trials on all these medicines for COVID. So you had real time, you had all these options. As of now, if you go to that website, and you look at the amount of therapies that have statistically significant benefits in COVID, based on 4 or more trials, it numbers 72 different ways to treat COVID.
Wow.
Ivermectin is actually at the top, interestingly, but there's 72 behind it. And when you use them in combination, but this is like real medicine and science, but it's not allowed to exist.
How much does chlorine dioxide cost?
Oh boy, on Amazon, it's literally you get 2 bottles.
So if you make your own.
Well, it comes in 2. I wouldn't know how to make it because you need the starting compounds. But on Amazon, it's $28 for 2 bottles. You could treat your family for probably a year or 2 with those 2 bottles. Yes.
Okay, I did show the whole video. It's pretty important though. We are not doctors on here. I'm not claiming any kind of medical, so YouTube, chill. I'm just showing what people are saying. Do your own research. I don't want to do another damn video, another class on freaking medical misinformation. I had to do that before. Which videos, Monique, do them guys' voices make? I think that's it on my random, because I showed that. Oh, check this out. Check this out. This is kind of cool. They flew inside a tornado. Let me turn that down, because that's just loud and annoying. Yeah, that's it. CYA. Cover your ass. Always. Check this out. I got this footage inside of a tornado. And Golden Side, yeah, that was Egypt on the videos I was showing earlier. Here's a cool one from Peru, though, on my random stuff. For sure. Make sure you consult a doctor. That is crazy how it's just
reminiscent of what we see in the Barber Caves in India. This false doorway, I suppose you could call it, has been created with staggering precision. If we are once again invoking Bronze Age tools for the job, we see no tool marks whatsoever, zero. You tell me if you see a chisel mark on that wall.
It was a long time ago from this thing. Makes you wonder, is that a
This
portal?
is not just an artistic statement. There are legends attached to this false door. And the legends would say that it is certainly a gateway, certainly a doorway, but it is by no means false. Local shamanic contacts with historical lineage in the Sacred Valley area claim this is a harmonically responsive gateway, that there is essentially a secret song, a series of frequencies that, when performed in the correct manner, will unlock the gateway and allow someone to pass through to the other side, to the world of the gods, to the realm of the gods. Or so the legends go, at least, including one of an Incan priest who, during the Spanish conquest of Peru, removed the sacred golden disc, the sun disc, from the Coricancha, from the sun temple in Cusco, and he brought it here, and he passed through the gateway.
He does some great work. He really does. I enjoy his content. Yeah, Wally, it's makes you wonder why are there so many places like that in the world where it looks like they cut out a doorway into nothing, or was it for something else long time ago? Things that make you go, Have we showed in? I showed the tech. I showed Ireland videos. Haven't showed any of these alien videos. No, we got a whole bunch of alien videos left. Here we go. Now we have some fun.
Well, it's a repelling force, but I think it's something that works closer to the way you would think in a science fiction movie. You can have gravity and anti-gravity, but you really can. I think gravity is just an attractive force. I think this other force, you can, to simplify it, push or pull. And I think it also affects the flow of time exactly like gravity does. I think it affects light. It does some of the some of the observations you would have with gravity would also overlap in this other force, but I think it's a unique force.
Have you ever measured this force? Next question.
Well, all right, yeah.
You have.
Yeah. Well, it's a repelling force.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's something.
You listening at the end? Yeah, I have. This is kind of interesting here, kind of showing up conspiracy. 10 scientists, I don't know if y'all have seen anything about it. 10 scientists, NASA, MIT, Los Alamos, Air Force, all dead or missing or vanished. There's been a bunch of them. I think I got another meme showing all the different ones. Same things that make you go, especially with all this disclosure and stuff coming out and movies. You got Spielberg's movie coming out. You got Jeremy's movie coming out in May, or his documentary. You got Spielberg movie coming out in June. You got the aliens coming on the 4th of July. Just a wild time to be alive, you know. Yeah, Artemis 2 space hatch designed to withstand 25,000 miles an hour and nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just at least it's better than Jeff Bezos, you know, having the door open before he can unlock it, you know. That is a good question, Mike. That is a good question. Who do we trust on a doctor level? Because some are only trying to get paid. And some are actually give a shit and actually want us to get better and have people get better. You got to be careful.
Flight.
I'm going to pause this right here.
It did not get a community thing, so I don't know. Sam Tripoli posted it, so hell, it's got to be real, you know? The hell, Sam.
And mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen taking their first steps outside for their historic test flight.
I'm going to pause this right here because everyone has been asking me to do videos on this Artemis 2 hoax. So let's start right at the beginning of the launch crew walkout.
To a wonderful applause from the crowd. They're looking really excited.
Now, what I want you to pay attention to are the cell phones that the people in the crowd are holding and recording and taking pictures with. Pay attention to these phones. I'm going to freeze frame the shots where they're holding them up, aiming them at the astronauts. And you will see that there are no astronauts whatsoever in the cell phone footage view.
Some big really
smiles.
Yeah.
I love that.
Out here. It's a great day for us. It's a great day for this team.
A few words from Reed. Great day for us, the team, he said. Thumbs up, more thumbs up. Of course, a lot of pictures. We hear some camera shutter clicks back there. I love
Some big
I'm kind of like, nah, why? Why did they go through the whole trouble of having people here, standing here, and then the footage? It don't make sense. I mean, I guess anything is possible, but why would they go through that whole trouble to fake them being there when they could, like, they'd done the whole video. I mean, how they could have made a video AI, I guess, if they want to. I don't know. I don't know. Crazy world we're living in. Astronauts. That's it. NASA. Of course, more of our politicians leaning into crap.
Sorry to keep you, but there's so much to ask you. UFOs. There's been a lot of...
My husband is in the corner, for the record, pumping his fist right now that you're asking this question.
So, I mean, is there anything... We've had some declassification of some very strange videos that look like they are, unidentified flying objects. Is there anything in the files that you think you could find or you have found?
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
So watch this space.
Say what?
Watch this space.
We are I'm just going to say this. We're continuing to look for the truth and share that truth with the American people.
The truth is out there.
Yes, it is.
So do you believe that there could be aliens?
I honestly, like, my personal belief, I have my own views and opinions.
Right.
In this role, I got to be careful with what I share.
Very interesting.
I'm laughing. My husband's laughing in the corner because we have these same conversations, and obviously I don't share any classified information. Outside of my building with those who have clearances, but this is fun that he's here to watch this right now.
I mean, the whole point is to talk about it, but I think it's a whole distraction. This is kind of neat. The Chuck Clark UFO footage that Bob Lazar thinks is real.
The dashboard, and you see something very clearly illuminating like the top of the dashboard, and they're like hunkered underneath the car and they're whispering to each other like, I think it's out there, like I don't know what it is, maybe we should go out there. And they're like kind of scared.
Then something appears just beyond the glass. The craft is hovering extremely close to the car. It's orange and slightly wobbling or undulating in place as if it's on a wave. You can hear the two guys whispering.
Yeah, that to me is exactly how it was described by Bob. It's exactly like you're handed.
Yes.
It's moving the right way.
Yeah.
It's the
I don't know. More Bob Lazar. Like I said, I do kind of like Bob Lazar, some of his stuff. I can't believe a lot of it is what he says. He really hadn't had, like I said before, he really hadn't had a reason to lie about it.
the dashboard.
It is
and
a
you see-
Sanyo. It is Sanyo, Mike. But Bob Lazar claims a frozen candle time. All right, Nostradamus, appreciate you being here.
Okay, this is when...
Appreciate you being here. Well, we probably ain't got much more. I don't know. We'll get a few more videos. And then I think I got a few feel-good videos. I'm not sure how many I actually collected because I've been busy the last few days.
Did want to touch on, there was 2 instances with some of the tests that you did that really, really stood out to me, and I'm sure stood out to you to a greater degree. One involved time dilation, it would seem, with a candle.
Yeah.
And the other was what only I can describe as like a miniature black hole.
Okay, this is when Barry, we were working in the lab, and when he has the entire system connected together, so the gravity amplifier gravity emitter is emitting.
Yeah.
So it's producing a gravitational wave, and he can rotate the emitter, and the effect changes the output. So one thing he showed me was he took a candle and lit it and put it in the focal point of the emitter, and he turned it. And normally the flame is, moving to some degree, and because of convection and, it went out from the heat. And the flame stopped. And he said that flame is frozen in time. And I said, it can't be, because I can see it. If it was frozen in time, there wouldn't be photons emitting from it. He said, no, it's frozen in time. Look at it. And I went up, inspected it. I couldn't get my hands in there because he said not to, for whatever reason. But clearly the candle was frozen. And he moved or rotated the emitter, and it became a candle again. And he said, watch what happens when we go way past that. And he turned it now I can see if the emitter's sitting there, and you can see across the table, you can see the other wall and our desks and that sort of thing. So he rotates the emitter further than he did before, and a little black dot, a little ball forms there.
How big about?
About like that.
Like a baseball.
Yeah, or maybe a tennis ball, something like that. Maybe even a little smaller. And he said, that's the light bending away from there. So I got right up to it, as close as I could safely come to it. And it was a completely dark spot there. It was like a little black hole, but it wasn't affecting anything else in there. I mean, if it was a black hole, there'd be books flying and things getting sucked in. But it was just sitting there quietly, only bending light. And how can you do that, even if you had a machine that made gravity? How can you selectively pick photons to distort or move or attract to, and nothing else? So, I mean, everything was amazing about
Yeah. Can't trust the guys that don't know the size of the balls. That's it.
So, Douglas Dean Johnson's written it up the best, where he writes about how the new Senate intelligence bill that Kirsten Gallagher is pushing, it gives holders of non-Earth origin or exotic UAP material 6 months to make it available to the all-domain anomaly resolution office.
Yeah, but Ross, doesn't that just give them 6 months or more to hide their shit?
Okay. People are going to question what I'm about to say. What if some of that shit is so big it can't be moved?
Is that what you're saying, Ross? Is that what you've been told?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
How big is big?
Big. So big, they built a building over it in a country outside of the United States of America. I know that sounds preposterous, and I know, oh my God, you can just hear them now, the bleating debunkers. Let's see this investigated. Let's just see what happens. Let's test these allegations before the Congress. It's very, very easy for people to go, oh, there's no evidence. Oh, my goodness me. Let's just go away and ignore it. Let's test it. We haven't even got there yet. You know, there's a whole cadre of supposed experts on social media who are saying it can't be, therefore it isn't. And that's been the default for so many years. It can't be, therefore it isn't. Imagine if what Mr. Grush is saying is true. Think about the implications of that. And imagine if, as I've just intimated to you, some of these objects are not capable of being moved because they're too bloody big.
I mean, that's pretty astonishing. Have you said that before?
No, you're the first. See, I always save something for you, Jay.
I wouldn't doubt it, Mike. I wouldn't doubt it. And one more. Casey Musgrove shares video of alleged UFOs escorting her flight. Of course, it's on TMZ, so it's got to be real on TMZ.
Okay, y'all. So I just got off a plane. I flew from Fort Worth to Nashville. It was me and one of my managers, Bobby. And we just had the craziest orb UFO experience. He saw it with me. This is not the first time I've seen many crazy things. I mean, literally, keep looking up. I've seen fire burning in the sky, things that I can't explain. So yeah, this is not the first time, but we just watched these orbs. There was 3 of them. I noticed them. I'm a noticer. I'm always noticing things, but I was about to lay down and take a nap, and I saw these lights that caught my eye that just didn't look normal. And I watched them for a minute, and they were definitely like trailing each other, moving. Anyways, they were about 50,000 feet up, probably. We watched them for maybe like 45 minutes. I have videos. I'm going to post them. Yeah, it looks like I filmed them on a toaster, but that's the quality. That's what we're working with. I have an iPhone 17. So like, but it was just hard to focus because they were far off and it's night time. But like, these orbs were not moving like any craft that we can control. They were intermittently coming and going, forming triangle patterns. They were kind of an orangish color. Sometimes they would get extremely bright and change color, change size. The craziest thing is, so they followed us from about Little Rock area. That's when I noticed them, all the way to Nashville. And we landed, and Bobby and I were like, oh my God, like this was insane. Anyway, the pilots, come back, open the door, whatever. And we're like, did y'all just see something weird? And they're like, 3 orbs off in the sky. And we were like, yeah. And both pilots were laughing kind of, and they were like, yeah, we've seen these every single night. And all the other pilots are seeing them too. And nobody knows what they are. And one of the pilots said, yeah, I was in New York last night and I saw him. And the other pilot said, yeah, and I was in Dallas and I saw him also. So I just made it back home, and I'm of course like, holy, like, how am I going to sleep? I just saw another one. So is anyone else seeing these out there?
Yeah, sorry. Do all that UFO.
Wow.
I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let's get to the best part of the night. Getting late. No music on it. Yeah. They just taking random stuff and seeing it and just had a vision. It ain't far, Wally. Yeah, I had somebody comment on one of my videos and saying I was getting shadow banned. It had to be because of what I was talking about. Got a cool little wooden box for chalk. Little magic mouse. Well, I ain't got no music. I'm surprised they ain't got music, but it's pretty neat. It's just random stuff and make that artistic idea. Oh yeah, possum squirrel making a waffle. I want that picture on my wall. Little mouse subway exit there. And they get the long extension down, little chalk. That's the tickles me. You're like, what up, dude? Oh, that was kind of neat. How about some beavers? Beavers eating some cabbage. Should be eating some trees. It's a rat. I think I've shared this video before. It's popped up, but of course it came back again and
A fight just broke out in prison over a cat. One inmate told another his cat was ugly. That's all it took. This is a Michigan state prison where most inmates now own cats. But there's a catch. Only inmates with good behavior earn the right to become cat parents. And the prison runs regular checks. Mess up, your cat gets taken away. Watch this inmate beg the officer not to take his cat. He broke a rule, and now he's about to lose everything. For him, it's devastating. This is part of a new program by an animal welfare organization. A plan to rehome 500 homeless cats from nearby cities by pairing them with prison inmates. At first, people pushed back hard. They're concerned these are hardened criminals. Won't they abuse the cats? But something unexpected happened. These tattooed, muscular men turned into complete softies. The cats became angels, healing their loneliness and awakening something kind inside them. Suddenly, everyone wanted a cat. Inmates started working harder, studying more, just to earn money for cat clothes and toys. They clean litter boxes daily, groom their cats patiently, and save up their commissary money for treats. The prison, once dark and hostile, now feels alive. Conversations changed too. No more talk about fights. Now it's all about how to care for cats properly. Inmates build cat towers together, giving their cats 5-star treatment. Some even learn to knit. Yes, knit, making sweaters for each other's cats. It looks awkward, sure, but when this bearded guy puts a tiny red hat on his cat, he smiles like a proud father. The animal welfare organization couldn't believe it. These stray cats transformed the inmates completely. The program is clearly working. Locally, few people adopt strays. Without adoption, these cats face euthanasia. Most have been abused or abandoned, making them distrustful and hard to place. But here, patience and love won them over. The cats opened up and found warm homes. And the inmates, they learned to be warm and kind themselves. It's mutual redemption. The inmates feel unconditional love, and in return, they take responsibility and become better people. Since the program launched, violent incidents and rule violations have dropped by 300%. The cats taught these men how to love, how to solve problems without violence. Those once angry criminals, now they're gentle, caring uncles.
Thought that was pretty cool. Check out this groundhog. I like the other one. The one to the left is great because this one is just accepting his fate. The one on the right, the one on the left is just cringing like, oh my God. Get out of here, music. Get in trouble. And you're like, he's click. He's just sitting there, just chilling. Thought that was pretty cool. All right, one more. Stone Cold Steve Austin with his.
I just was go feed the chickens and I saw these solid ass cats in here. It's really windy, so we got the doors kind of shut down. Look at these solid ass cats, Pancho and Macho. Hey, buddy. And they're laid back. High winds out there. I'm getting some chores done. Punchy, what's up, buddy? God dang, man, they are snuggled in. All right, guys, I'm gonna look at all these feet. I'm gonna get some work done. All right, that's pretty fucking cute. Pancho, you don't give a shit your pawpaw's here behind you, do you? He's like, fuck off, pawpaw. I'm hanging out with Macho. All right, see y'all later.
I always thought it was funny. That was pretty funny. Here it's midnight, so I'm gonna call it a night. 3.5 hours in. I gotta cut out 30 minutes to post it on whatever. But I appreciate y'all as always. And coming in here and chatting, having good discussion back and forth. It's always great to be able to read the chat and see what y'all are talking about, and on top of what, adding to the show. And like I said, as always, I appreciate y'all coming back. Make sure y'all hit the links in the description. Check them out. Like I said, we got some great shows coming up. And like I said, Sunday, we got a great show coming up. A paranormal hunter group. Like I said, James and myself will be here, and should be interesting. Will be a fun show. 7 o'clock Central Time to 9 o'clock. We just do 2 hours on Sunday. That way, Trouble Minds and comes on 9 o'clock Central Time. So we'll make sure we don't step on their toes. I don't want to step on Mike's toes. He's one of the reasons I'm here doing this. So, like I said, much love to all y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. And next week, bring a friend. We'll always have more fun stuff. I'll try to do a better job getting some more cat videos and stuff. Like I said, the last few days have been hectic. Trying to get some stuff done around the land and stuff. So, got some cool stuff. Might even start sharing on my other channel and stuff, even with that. But as always, much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we'll hit this outro song. Rumble. I might poke around, see if I find another channel I might send y'all to. We'll see. I don't know. If not, it's all good. Like I said, much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on. And the peace and the chicken grease. Y'all be good. Oh, come on. I thought I had it timed. Doggone it.
Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. Don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me. Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. No more slavery. Play it for me, baby. Now, do you want a chip in your forehead, a chip in your arm, always tweaking your brain and causing you harm? Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother in the good old USA. I sat down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother. Don't want a spy chip in me. Everybody, I sat down with